Hey, what happened there?
I don't know.
Did we all cut out, or was it just me?
It was just you. I cut you off. I wanted to get a word in edgewise, so
sounds like somebody's at the dentist.
I think that's Bobby.
I do hear some suction.
Yeah, I thought somebody at the dentist.
Was that this? Hold on, was that this?
Yes.
Oh, that's vaping. God.
Vape like.
I thought you was at the dentist, man. Like, you better rinse, spit that shit out, man.
Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
I need work. Good night, folks.
Nailed it.
You are listening to your favorite podcast, Shoutcast Uncut, with your host, Bobby Skullface.
That's a solid unit, Mac.
Oscar and Jake. I call it a rock Fred. Robert D.
So happy to be here.
The engineer, T2RX6.
The fit and finish.
Everyone's favorite internet troll, Greg for Mercy.
Only troll for good.
Meth Deluxe Baldwin.
Hell Hasbro.
And the most popular tattoo transformer band ever, the Decepticon.
Hey ladies.
No, it's just awful.
Who's running that company?
I don't scale like that.
Upload complete, fuckers. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Shattercast Uncut, episode 91. I'm going to be hosting it today. I'm Greg for Mercy. With me today, in no particular order except number that I would save them in. I fucked that up, but fuck it, whatever. Matt Baldwin.
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? Yay.
Hey, Justin?
Yep, I'm here, and you know what? I like that Greg needed someone to count him in from 5 as if he couldn't do it.
Hey, you not being here last week put a strain on us. We're all still recovering from the upload.
In my head, while I was counting down, he was like going and flapping his hands towards his face.
He was getting ready. He's pumping up, do some push-ups.
I was totally doing burgundy. I was like finishing my scotch and like snubbing out my cigarette.
I can see you doing push-ups.
Cow now, brown cow.
But did you point at your computer, Bobby?
And go.
Yes, I did. I knew to keep the 2 and 1 silent because I've seen Wayne's World.
Yes.
Hey, we gotta hurry up. Bobby's robbing the bank.
Yeah.
Lenny's here.
Hey, how's it going? I just want to thank everyone for the feedback from me hosting last week. Everyone was really nice about it, so thank you.
Don't worry, I'll make you look good.
Awesome.
Bobby.
Yes, sir. I'm here, present, and accounted for.
And Robert.
Hi.
And Robert.
So, GoFundMe. We did the thing, and you bought it. Everybody whose order was complete, ready to ship, showed up Saturday or today. So you already know this, today being Monday. T-shirts will be, actually most likely by the time you're hearing this recording, everyone will have their shit, unless you win Canada, England, or Australia. So, yeah. So thanks a lot. Anybody want to say anything about that?
Thank you very much.
And we're waiting in the magnets. So we're just waiting on
the magnets. The magnets are at the office. They're on the printer right now. I just didn't go grab them because they were out of the office, and I don't like going on their side when they're not there because I feel like I'm going to steal something because that's what I do. I steal shit.
And we're planning on having as many people pick up at TFCon as possible. Is that the plan?
If they want to. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody no because we did say shipped, but if you want to help out the cause and pick up at TFCon, everything will be available for pickup. Just let me know. I'm going to have everything. I'm taking everything for the interest of space. Well, I'll keep most of it, obviously, in the room, and we'll bring stuff down to Bobby's table in Artist Alley as needed. If you have orders you can pick up there, let me know, and I'll make sure they get down to him. And if not, you can just get them from me later on in the weekend sometime. So,
and if you're still interested in purchasing, you still can. What do we got, guys? Yep. We have. What's our merchandise?
Well, I have the counts actually. If anyone has the drive open, if you go to the other dock, I have the counts. I think we have about 30 keychains left. Those are at $10 a piece. We have 21 coffee cups. Those are 17, I believe. Pint glasses is about 50. Those are 15. We have about 20 shirts. We're sold out of 3X and XL. So as I said before, you may want to consider either eating more or less up until TFCon. We have the magnets. I think we have like 7 magnets because we did 15. So we have 7 magnets left. And that's it, right?
That's it.
That's it. We have plenty of Bobby. We have plenty of Matt.
Yep.
That's always cheap and easy to spread around. So, so
easy to spread around. I can just see cheese. Like,
every time I think about you, I see cheese.
Do we? I'm gonna type something in the Skype chat here.
Oh, great. I can't read that.
I know it makes for great podcasting. But just bear with me.
Any luck, Justin?
Well, you know what? Anybody got anything else to add about the GoFundMe?
No.
Nope. Don't see it.
So
Get your stuff.
next on my list, because I don't like to leave things out. Anyway, written right here in front of me. It is with a heavy heart and heavier testicles that I do have to announce we lost a guy. Oscar will no longer be with us.
He didn't die. He just quit.
Yeah, not to cancer or anything.
No, it sounds like we lost him like he's dead. Like, no,
He didn't get arrested. He didn't get deported. He didn't die. None of the things you would think of a Cuban man in his 30s. He just decided that with the way things are going right now, he needed a break. So we wish him the best of luck. There's no hard feelings, no bad terms. All the other stuff you say when you dump your ex-girlfriend.
He's a huge presence. You know, his gap in his, you know, it's obviously going to be felt.
Giggity.
Right, but you know, he's got a lot going on, and you know, he's even talked about it on the show a bit. If you listen to the show, you know he's got some shit going on. So, you know, gotta let that man do what's best for him.
Yeah, we still got a lot of love for him. So,
absolutely.
I had phone sex with him today.
Not as much love as he has for you, Lenny.
Aw.
So speaking of anal rape, did anybody get anything this weekend or this week? It feels like it's just been a weekend. So
I got the purple and gray Grenader of what is it? Fans Toys Bombshell.
Oh, you almost said Bad Cube there.
I did.
You got both of them?
Yeah, I couldn't pick just one.
Nice money bags.
Swarm.
Yeah, I That's how I could fucking justify it in my head.
Which one do you like? Whatever. I mean, they're the same, but which one do you like better as far as color wise?
I gotta tell you, I like the gray.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. This sounds weird. It doesn't look as good, but it feels better. It's like the ugly. Yes, it's like the ugly chick. It's like the ugly chick. They're really good.
Say that again.
Yeah.
And does the gray paint?
I've said it once. I got my kids in the other room.
Does the gray paint have the flecks in it? Those sparkles?
Yes.
Awesome.
As far as I can remember, anyway.
I love that paint.
Everything with the exception of the thighs and arms, I think, is baked on.
Nice.
You're baked on.
Your mom's baked on.
Do you have the bag Qs one? Do you have the bag Qs ones yet?
Negative. I'm not getting those. I'm getting the MMC.
Okay, I just want to see which one you think is better. As far
I'll bring my bag. Yep.
I would say you have the bag Qs, right, Greg? Do you have the Fans Toy one yet?
I don't. I'll probably be picking that up at TFCon.
I was going to see what's the comparison. You know, if anybody's got both of them yet.
That's something I'd pick up at TFCon. I'd fucking
I
get
the Baku ones at TFCon Toronto, and they're not for me.
Okay.
Were they the die cast?
Me, I can't remember. But Batcube in general is just, like I'm biased that way. You know what I mean? So like I'm not the best judge to judge those things. Like the only,
You're arguing you said you get the MNC ones, right?
Yes, even though I feel like they don't look great, but like I don't know why I can't cancel my pre-order. I don't know. Whatever. I'm in.
Okay. I mean, are they all three size about the same size about?
Yeah, the MMC ones are Ox design. That's kind of why I'm going with them.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I'm saying size, as far as height and everything.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
Greg, ever since you had this whole epiphany with your Devastators, was it Devastator where you're just like, fuck it, I'm all in on everything. I give up. I give in to it.
Well, yeah, I thought about that, and then I thought about all the different Devastators that are out there and how I'm not really interested in them. So for me, it's Insecticons, apparently, at this point. Well, I mean, that was when, like, I still had high hopes for... Well, hold on. I still had high hopes for the Hasbro. And, I'm still getting Hawkeye. I've got the Toyworld, and I've got the Gravity Builder on pre-order. So...
Are you getting all three Insecticons, Greg?
I'm not getting the MMC ones. I'm getting the... Well, I might if I see them. I mean, I want to see those, but I definitely want to troop build Insecticons if I can. Cool. Well, I plan on getting the Batcube 3-pack as well because they are slightly different. And then I'm getting the Fans Toys ones. Like I said, my Bombshell is in stock. I'll probably just end up picking that stuff up at TFCon.
Okay.
So, yeah.
No, sorry, we can go on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask so many questions. I apologize.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I actually. Because
I'm getting the Fans Toys ones. I might pick up the Batcube ones. I don't know. The MNC ones. I don't know. They look all right, but I don't know. I may pass on those.
God, that fucking.
Bobby, did you get anything else?
I mean, that fucking. I said it again. That fucking Fans Toys Bombshells.
Is it? Yeah, it does look nice. It's in my pile of loot. But
what'd you say, Greg?
Did you get anything else?
Negative.
I'm not trying to make anything on or anything.
No. I think it's time to move on. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're well on your way to being a great host. I must say.
Hey, Matt, did you get anything this week?
No, sir, I didn't. I'm waiting on TFCon to pick up some stuff.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw. I feel like we should have a moment of silence.
I know. I'm building my pile of loot up, though.
Justin, did you get anything this week?
I did. I got a lot of things.
Did you ship your pile of loot?
I did.
Yay!
Waiting for me at my old house, even though there was a new address, was Carrie. That was fun. So yeah, glad I was picking up things still. So he started off the festivities, and then I got the pile of loot hit like the next day. And, I'll just read through the list here. I got Sonic, who was a bad decision. He's consequently up for sale in the Cybertron Cafe, if you're interested. I got the X2 Gemini and Twins, whatever, Pharaoh and Rotor. I got that Scoria.
How are those?
I don't know. I haven't opened them yet. I have a lot of unpacking to do, so I'll be opening these guys for a while. The Scoria head, the Dr. Wu, Carly, the upgrade for Ultra Magnus. I got that Scorpion that Bobby keeps raving about, so I'll take a look at that. The Warbitron guys, whatever the nose cone and light speed are. Sever, who is pretty awesome. Tesla, who I think mine has a messed up part. I'm not really sure yet. I can't get one of his hands to fold in. The Toyworld, the last three guys from that one, Shinebug, whatever the Freeway and Heavy Load were, and the Q Transformer, Sunstreaker, and finally the MMC Syndicus. So, quite a list of things to go through.
Wow.
Good job.
Nice, that's some good shit.
Oh, wait, you got a new house, too.
Yeah, a new house, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Jelly.
You're well on your way, son. You're well on your way. Robert, did you get anything this week?
I I got a Realm of Collectors Reverse Devi T-shirt. Awesome
Good
product.
job.
No, yeah, they have great stuff. They came real quick. They're so nice, those guys. So shout out to the Realm of Collectors. I meant to mention it last week and I forgot, so I apologize. But it's a reverse Devi. It's a purple shirt with green letters. It's awesome. So I get to wear that at TFCon too. What else? And Willie Fong, right? I got from him. You know, he sold me his a few weeks ago the hybrid style Nemesis Prime, right? And I got a great deal. Like, he didn't make money off of it. You know, he lost money selling it to me, and he felt really bad because he realized that the guy he bought it from, he never forwarded the stand. You know, I was like, don't worry about it, man. I don't give a shit. Just send it. It's okay. Like, we're not going to renegotiate. You're not a scumbag. And then just today, what arrives in the mail, he went and contacted the guy he had bought it from and obtained the stand back from that guy and then forwarded it to me. I mean, that's like a straight up dude. You know, that's doing business the right way. So shout out to Willie Fong.
I like old Billy Fong. I'm picking up his Nero X for him, just because I wouldn't do that for most people, and you know, for free, I should say. But for him, I promise I won't even steal it.
You will lick it though.
I will lick
That's it.
That's it. Lenny.
I got Carrie. Mine had all the scratches on the top of the vehicle mode like everyone else, and a little bit of paint leakage in the flames, but in bot mode you don't notice any of it.
Now, did you make sure you burned up Facebook and every single group with multiple posts about it?
You had to do that.
I'm saving that. I've got 3 days off work now, so I'm just going to sit on Facebook for the next 3 days.
That shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Here's some topping right now.
Yeah.
Did you get some Legends class figure?
Pardon?
Didn't you get some Legends class figure too? Some Legends set?
Yeah. I got Nero Rex.
How is it?
It's fucking beautiful, actually.
So it looks just as good in pictures. I mean, it looks as good in person as in pictures.
Yeah, it does. You need one, Matt.
Lenny does the cuntiest thing on Facebook. It's the best. Whenever anybody now posts like their purchase, they're like, I finally got him. I got Feral Rex. And then Lenny comes
Look what I got.
Check you should post it like, how come yours doesn't look like mine?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Fucking Americans. What's this? What is this? Look at this. Eh?
Is mine a knockoff? Is mine bad?
Yeah, it's mine a knockoff.
I actually think the joints are a little bit better on this one than the original set, which is nice. Not that my original had many problems. Like, in combined mode, the elbows are a lot stronger in Nero Rex than Feral Rex. They don't go to do the floptopus.
Two questions. Because I can't remember without looking it back up. Now, did you only get the 5 or did you get the 6?
Just the 5, yeah. Sets.
Now, as far as the head gimmick.
Yes.
Is there anything already installed? Or did you have to go out and buy it?
You need to buy a battery for it.
Battery.
I said battery.
Battery. Oh, you didn't.
He said two questions.
And it was glorious.
Yeah.
It was glorious. Battery. I didn't get anything. I got 2 He-Man figures with that.
Bat and tree together. It's bat tree.
What figures you get?
I got Modulock and Multibot from the Classics line because I just had to have them, and I played with them for 10 minutes, and now they're in a bag at work. They'll probably stay there for the rest of their life. But those 10 minutes were glorious. Glorious. Those were my favorites as kids. If you're not familiar with characters, they're the toys you got. They came in a box, but they were just a bag of parts. And you got like 2 arms, or you got 4 arms, 4 legs, 6 legs, hold on, I can do this. 2 torsos, 4 arms, 6 legs, a bunch of connector pieces, tails, abdomens, all sorts of shit, 2 heads. You could make like crazy fucking combinations. None of which happened in the show, of course. And then, if that couldn't get any more fun, they released a robot version of the set that would combine with the other one. So yeah, who absolutely looked nothing like he did in the show. But you know, He-Man dope. So moving on to movie and show news, Hasbro's bank account saw its shadow, so that means 10 more years winter. They just they had a writer's room, and after 3 months, it was like jury duty for OJ. They sentenced us to 4 more Transformers movies as well as an animated prequel that we already knew was coming.
I am so
Transformers
excited.
5, 6, 7, 8, and a 5th animated movie. So we're booked up for 10 years.
Thank you. I can't wait. I had the biggest smile on my face. Biggest smile.
I hope. There goes your hope of a reboot in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who needs a reboot? We don't need a reboot. We got this. Michael Bay for 10 years.
Now I heard a rumor. That 7 may be a potential Transformers and Gem and the Holograms crossover.
Nice.
Oh yes.
What about My Little Ponies?
Hopefully.
Maybe.
That will be 6.
They can be on top, I guess.
Keep talking.
I hope Michael Bay goes back and keeps fucking with them like 20 years later, like becomes the next generation George Lucas.
Oh, he will.
Just makes them worse and worse. Just, you know what I mean? Just go back and add like a bunch of nonsense.
Somebody's got to fund his cocaine and his dead hookers. You know, somebody's got to do that.
And you know what?
He's running out.
He's running out. Michael Bay needs a fucking haircut. It doesn't look cool. It doesn't look young. Fucking enough. No one buys it. Like his whole personal look irritates me. With the fucking long hair and the fucking holes in the jeans and the whole bit, I fucking do not like that dude.
He's really Ed Hardy. That's who he is. Really,
you don't like that long curly hair?
It's like he's such a fucking tool. Whatever.
Yeah, but he gave you some good movies.
What if in like 10 years? What if in 10 years he goes back and he's really bored one day and he's like, let me check out the G1 cartoon. And he plays episode 1.
He's like, my movies are not anything like this. God,
what have I done? And he just fucking puts himself in the garage and turns the car on.
So he's done Turtles. So he's got to get He-Man. He's got to get Mask. He's got to get the Thundercats.
He's got Thundercats, doesn't he?
Does he?
Is
that who's doing it?
I think so.
Oh, gross!
Thank God. Yes.
No, that was an April Fool's joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Who else does he got to get? He got to get. He can reboot G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Yes.
He can.
Well, they have to figure out how to finish fucking that thing up the first time before they can let somebody else fuck it up.
Aliens?
No, God, no.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing that could like make it worse.
I actually picked out. I was thinking about him being George Lucas in 10 years. Well, just for continuity's sake, let's say in 5 years. We'll see it in 5 years. There'll be a special edition. It'll be a close up on Optimus Prime's cheek. There'll be that much shit added to it. Really.
I literally think sorry.
Go ahead, man.
I literally think if he tried to reboot Star Wars, I literally think someone would kill him. One of these nerds would just go. They would drink a 12-pack of Mountain Dew and just go. Yeah!
He comes out.
They love him.
Wait. He comes out. He does like a 20th anniversary Transformers edition. Adds like a whole bunch of like Muppets and a bunch of other nonsense to it. And he does like his interview for it. And he's just got this huge fat ass throat. He's like, I have no idea how I got it. He's like, I started fucking with the original, and all of a sudden my throat got fat as fuck. No clue.
No, something's wrong.
I gotta say, if he did take on Star Wars, he'd blown up that Death Star every movie. It'd fucking look pretty spectacular.
Oh yeah, that Death Star would be toast halfway through the movie and blow it up again at the end of it somehow.
The one thing
you're welcome. Good job.
When you pointed out G.I. Joe, that's actually the one franchise I think he could actually do good with. Like the way he does military things, like G.I. Joe is like right up his alley. So
Nah.
Never happened.
He'd mess that up. He wouldn't get the military in there at all. He would just do something else.
You know, that's actually how I argue sometimes in court. I swear to God. Someone will say like, well, the plaintiff doesn't have this, and I'll just look at the judge and I'll be like, Nah. I swear to God.
Have you ever been content?
I'll fucking win too. No, because I know they read. No, because I know they read my papers, and my papers are usually like fucking on lockdown, and so I'll just be like, I disagree. I'm giving raspberries.
It's gonna be like, how I went sometimes in court. I just blow up a bunch of shit in succession, like Michael Bay.
That's how it's done. I'm out.
All right,
they'll send the jury to chambers, and then all of a sudden, like 6 of them will blow up. And be like, yep.
And I just want y'all to know before we move on. I mean, and Barry, everybody's gonna be typing. I am excited for the movies. Now, I know nobody else is, so don't get mad at everybody. Just there's one guy on here that's excited. Okay, so yeah,
well, I'm excited for the movies.
Just to cite an episode or two ago, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin did in fact say he wishes things go poorly so that they fire Michael Bay.
Yes, he did say that last week.
But I'm still excited for them. But there's more Transformers. I mean, come on now.
Come on
now. It's cool, man. You know what? Honestly, if I did go out and see the movie, I wish I lived near Matt. I want to go with him and watch it.
Oh, it'd be fun. It'd be good times. We all should go see the movie.
I'd high five you. Every explosion, I'd jump up and high five you.
I would too.
Hey, you know what else is pretty awesome? Third-party news.
Yes.
So, TFC Toy. Well, apparently they had some big old fucking balls of the wall convention in China that I'd never heard of before because there's always a new one every year. But man, oh man. So TFC Toys reveals prototypes of their third and fourth members of their version of Leokaiser, Pandora and Rhadahmanthus. It's Ozymandias. It's their version of Jarugar and Leozach. And then there was also a reveal of an approximation of what the combined mode will look like using 4 of the same limbs, and then the torso and the dick butt. And I have to say, personally, I'm excited. That's a good looking piece of shit.
Damn good.
Yep, I do. What's the catch, you think, Bobby? What's the catch?
I know. I like it. It seems like they went back to the drawing board and was like, "Wait a minute, it's no longer a game. We gotta come with some shit."
That's the beauty of competition right there.
We're not that first game in town anymore.
Yeah,
we're riding that shit. We made it 4 combiners, boys, but now we actually got to put out a product.
It's time to tighten up, fellas. No one eats until we get our respect back.
And they picked a good fucking combiner to take seriously too.
Yeah, a unique one.
It's going to be bigger than the previous ones too, isn't it?
Looks that way.
Nice.
I don't even know that much about this fella, but I'm all sorts of interested. What were you saying, Justin?
I was gonna say it looks really good. Like I can't believe the level of detailing they're bringing into these things now. Like, it's so not TFC. It amazes me.
The head sculpt on the fucking dog face one looks fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope they find a way to incorporate his weapon, because even the G1 just gave it you just pulled off the turret from Kill Bison, but in the show his weapon was I don't know what the technical term is. It was like a staff that would split into 3 sections connected by chain. So he was like straight up like ninja combiner kind of deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's called something. Like, I'm pretty sure one of my Ninja Turtles came with it at some point. But they give him that with an actual chain. That'd be pretty cool. There'll be a lot of flying around the house making whoosh 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 noises with that.
You know what I find interesting, not only about this one but about the next one, and is that like if this same type of convention happens in the West, there's 1,000 different pictures from 1,000 different angles. But like in true Chinese fashion, like, nope, you get one.
Yeah. There's an X marked down on the floor where everyone can take the photo.
Yeah, exactly. It must be held at this height.
Well, they're all 5 foot tall, so.
It's probably all regulated by the government as well.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Are we still on TFC?
Yeah.
Hold on. When I was in law school, I actually did an exchange program for 6 weeks with Beijing, and about 15 law students went over there, and we were at like the Harvard of fucking China, and we visited a Chinese prison, and they gave us these lanyards to wear, and if you lose your lanyard, you're stuck in the prison, and they were trying to show off how. I swear to God, we stole someone's lanyard to fuck with him, and he shit his pants.
I would have whooped that ass. That asshole.
I would have kept one hand on my fucking lanyard, like at all times, like around.
Oh yeah, that shit would have went up my ass. That would have straight up my ass.
That's where mine was. That's where I got the whole thing. That's where it started. I was like, oh, Chinese plastic. So when I bought more, I was like, ooh, I have an urge. No, but. Man, it was exactly like you're talking. I mean, it's not bullshit. Like the walls, like we were going downstairs. They wanted to show us how nice it was. They're fucking like wet paint. Like they painted everything like brand new. They had a show for us. Like all the quote unquote prisoners were all young and healthy. And I said to one of my professors, I was like, isn't this weird? Like they're all like super healthy and young. And he's like, who says they're prisoners? I was like, you're fucking right. They're probably guards. I mean, it was a real show. So you got something there. It is like that. A lot of control.
That was possibly the most amazing story I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Possibly.
I detect a hint of sarcasm.
No, he just said it. Possibly the best thing he ever heard in his life. Why would you hear that? Why would you think that about Justin? Justin always speaks his mind. All right.
Especially sarcastic.
I liked it.
Thank you.
But you know what I do find weird is that, like, why would they allow the things to be photographed and not release these official images of the Seacons? I'm sorry, I was looking at the next one.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have them yet. Maybe they're getting developed. CVS might be backed up. You never know.
CVS was like, nope, we can only do this one diagonal stripe across each one.
So, spoilers.
They're cutting corners on the pictures.
Spoilers. TFC also revealed the first 2 prototypes from the Seacon set, which was Mentara and Cyberjaws. Which Mentara kind of sounds like a He-Man character to me, but whatever. And now the article that I linked, it says it was Scalor and Seawing, but I know my fucking Seacons if I know anything, and that's Overbite and Seawing. So I'm wondering.
That's a shark.
Well, yeah. Scalor was whatever the fuck that was. Well, Cyberjaws, Overbite, Cyberjaws, Overbite, Cyberjaws. I mean, how the fuck, whatever. Even the hands, which I'll give it to them. Those hands, like these, look really G1-y. Like they're enough that I can look at my G1 toy and be like, man, that's what the fuck this is supposed to be. Which I like because I really like this combiner. This may be my favorite combiner.
Really?
Just from a standpoint of
nostalgia.
Nostalgia, yes, thank you.
They look a little nubby. The little arms look a little nubby, a little hollow.
Well,
hollow nubs.
That's exactly the G1 toy look like. It's a shark. How big are his arms supposed to fucking be?
His name's Flipper.
Shark arms are pretty long.
My name's Flipper.
They should have had toys do it where the shark arms are fucking 3 inches long.
I don't know about your American sharks, but Australian sharks come up and give you a hug. They can wrap their arms all the way around.
Damn right.
They don't have long arms. How are they supposed to hold the fucking rocket launcher? I mean, come on.
That's right.
That's true. That's true.
We just get the ones that are pissed off over here from Australia that don't want to be in Australia anymore. They got an attitude now. They fucking go up and down our East Coast and bite our fucking swimmers.
Yeah, they're trying to get away from Steve-O, and they haven't realized the fucking Stingray took him out yet.
They just need a little nibble. Just narrow.
Matt, I agree with you though. The insides look a little hollowy dollowy there. A little hollow.
I had an image of this Cyberjaws here and his buddy Mentara, and they're watching all the pissed off American sharks, and Cyberjaws turns to Mentara. It's like, are you gonna tell him? He's like, nope. Going back to Lenny's Steve Irwin joke.
Fucking Cyberjaws.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it.
Possibly,
it looks like there's some
possibly
translucent.
the best joke ever. Just saying.
I'm kind of hoping
good job for TFC.
I'm hoping another company releases like the possibility of this combiner before the first bot of this comes out, because I'm not convinced on the TFC version of this. I want to see MMC do it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to give it up for TFC for at least. I'm hoping they get it out before somebody else does, because I mean, this would be a good sell for them, because nobody has done the Seacons. So.
And they definitely they jump back in the game with both feet. Like they've, you know what I mean? Like they've made an impact again. Where we all kind of thought like, oh boy, when we saw Ratchet, Ironhide, and Hound, and we're like, oh god.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Those Ironhide and Hound, Ironhide and Ratchet molds aren't looking so bad anymore for some reason.
The color ones.
Yeah,
I'm with Lenny though. I'm with Lenny. I want MNC to do one. I think that would do a good Seacon set.
Yeah, I think so too. But I mean, the problem with MMC is just getting product out. Like.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, oh my god, like.
But I mean, that's good. I mean, isn't that good until a certain point? You wait and it's a better quality. And
if it is, though, I mean, like, they've only released 2 molds in the past year.
Yeah.
And neither one of those was great. They're both good enough.
And they've only got one combiner total, just kind of riding the coattails, just like TFC did. Hercules.
And I mean, they made a hell of a combiner. There's no doubt about that. But it's like, I'm ready for something else that's good from them.
Combiners. There's a purple one now.
That's true. Good point, Lenny.
Yeah, great point there, Lenny. Great point. Probably. Great point.
Possibly the best point ever, right?
Yeah, that was.
Absolutely.
Who made a good point? Bronze Bobby? Did he make a good point?
No,
Bronze.
Are you fucking baked, Matt? Because we're right in the middle of everything. Right in the middle, you're like, "Oh, we still on TFC, bro?" Well, who made a good point? Huh? It's
bad,
the fucking microphone. The microphone's still ringing from what he said. You're like, what?
I apologize, Greg. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I love you. I need you. You know what else I need? Action Master fucking... oh, no, wait. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I definitely need a triple changing IDW style Thunderwing from new Company Garatron.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good looking figure.
I think I gotta refresh my memory on this unit as to what exactly he's supposed to look like.
Yeah. Pacific Rim?
Like this.
Because does he look just like this?
Yeah. This is the IDW version.
I hear you. This looks ugly as fuck to me.
It's like Ant-Man fucked a Mega Supreme.
Dude, that's a big chest, man, of nothing.
I mean, if it's just like the comic, I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it. I get it, but I don't know.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to have it in that first mode.
Ever.
But his proper robot mode looks fucking awesome.
Oh, okay. I see. I gotcha.
The first mode is supposed to be like a throwback to who's a super pretender and everything combined. And that's where basically his entire alt mode kibble turns into like a fucking super suit kind of deal. Like it all wrapped around him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested in the regular version.
Well, it is. It's just basically like it's a third mode. It's a triple. It's like an armored up mode.
I'm interested in the unarmored. I wish why didn't they show pictures of that?
There's pictures of that.
It's in the jet mode picture. It's in the background there.
Well, I mean, like a prototype though. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't they have that available to look at? Like,
they got it into the one mode and they couldn't get it back out. They're like, oh shit.
Probably.
or they just wanted to draw out their reveals. Once they feel like they're not relevant again.
True.
Like, and here is the robot mode.
Good point. Maybe the best point ever.
It is. I know. I got you.
But yeah, I just when I first saw this though, I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" You know what I mean? Like just from because all I saw when it hit my radar, all I saw was this picture, like the first picture of the robot, and I was just like, "Super converter robot." So I just click right off.
You need to catch up in your IDW, man. You need to read through those collected editions. You need to get fiber in your diet. So
did he ever do this mode in the comics?
Oh yeah, that's where it's from.
Yep.
That's the only time he ever did this mode.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time.
Looks like it's going to be pretty big. That's like an MP10 below it, which I guess doesn't really show how big it will be. I want it to be big.
Wait, best comparison ever.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's another shot with Ultra Magnus below it as well.
Looks like it's gonna be about Ultra Magnus size. It's huge. It's gonna go.
It's way bigger than Ultra Magnus. Look at that. It makes it look like a legendary.
Why do I have a sinking suspicion? I know what the title of this episode is going to be.
Yeah, I know. It needs to be anyway. Best title ever.
Spoilers. All right. So, what? What? We're Shoney's, Matt. We're Shoney's.
Fuck yes. I love their fucking breakfast buffet.
Oh, fuck yeah. We'll get a cherry pie with Shoney Bear. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Dude, them French sticks, man. God dang, man. Anyways, where are we at now? I'm sorry. I apologize.
So the same company, Garatron, is coming out with an Action Master inspired Predaking and Defensor.
Oh.
They look great.
You got this Defensor, Bobby?
No.
That's the Defensor we need.
It doesn't turn into rescue vehicles, so he would have the urge to get this.
I'm trying to read some. Like somebody said, and that's a big if, the price is very reasonable, I'd be down for one, for Predaking, that is. Somebody else just commented, puke. I mean, it looks great. I guess it's easy to make something look great when it doesn't have to transform.
Yeah.
If these are decent, I'd be interested, because that's what I said about that before and after Engineer General. I was like, I gotta check it out, and that might be one of my favorite toys I own.
Really?
Not necessarily Transformer, yeah, but just looking at it, I look at it all day because I took it to work, and yeah, it's just a good looking, it looks like the fucking it is what it is. I know how much you like that fucking turn of phrase, but it looks just like the G1 animation.
I wonder
but
if this
it's a good solid boy.
I wonder what size this is. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a part of me that says I could have this as my Predaking and break my fucking MMC ones down and have them as my robots.
Well, if you look in the background, there's a Uranus beside it. No, to the left of Predaking, there's a human right in the background as well. That's true. It's fucking huge.
Look at the glasses. Go back to the Leotard picture. You see him reflected in the mirror behind him.
So it's fucking huge.
Glasses scale.
God, it's good. That's good.
No one else cares.
I love the. I just want to say this. I love the fucking arm cannons on the Predaking. It's very Call of the Primitives. Those really skinny shoulder cannons. I always dug that look.
It looks like what'd you say, Call of the Primitives? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It looks detailed. It's really detailed. It has nowhere. I don't know where I could do with it. I could take it to work probably, but how big is your Devastator? It's pretty big, isn't it, Greg?
It's about 10 inches.
That's not bad.
These are Studio Oxy also, because she's got the fucking first aid as the foot, and the fucking shoulder cannons on Predaking. God damn it!
You're in.
I might be in.
Yeah, I was gonna say after Matt was done, Studio Ox.
Yeah, I should have never committed. And I guess it's easy as saying I uncommit, but I'm just not a quitter. Because they're the only people that put Streetwise as an arm. You know.
Yeah, I never understood how Streetwise they make the two smallest vehicles logs.
Mm-hmm.
That really
it's rents, please.
Dude, I'm vaping my ass off.
I know you are. Rents. Hey, please rent.
Well, what's funny is like, okay, so all right, so I'm on vacation.
Why are you talking slowly now? Because you're gonna get your ass whooped?
Because no,
I was gonna say
exactly. Yeah, listen, if you be quiet for a second, I'll explain to you why I'm talking. Okay, so I'm on vacation.
I can't hear you, dude. Come on, Justin, speak up, Justin.
And I'm staying with my dad. My dad's got this like beach house down in Hilton Head, South Carolina, right? And it's fucking beautiful. It's fucking great. I'm having a great time. I needed this vacation in my life, especially I got an SK story too. But like it's awesome trip. Now I say that to say this. So I used to smoke cigarettes. I smoked now and then as a kid, and then when my grandmother passed, I started smoking like a chimney. That was 2007. So within the last year, I quit smoking cigarettes, and actually it's been a little bit more than a year now. I quit smoking cigarettes and I started vaping. But like my dad never knew I smoked because my dad used to smoke, and my dad smoked like filterless cigarettes. He smoked Chesterfields, or he'd smoke Camel filterless or Marlboro filterless, or he'd break the fucking filter off of a regular cigarette if he couldn't find a fucking filterless cigarette. Because my dad is made of fucking the proper minerals. And he got asthma when I was in 5th grade. Like he was hospitalized for it. He caught like a severe case of it and quit smoking overnight. No problem. But he's never known that I have smoked. So like I'm vaping and I feel like I'm like 16 again. Like I'm like sneaking. I'm like sneaking outside. Like, oh, I think I see something out here. And like going around the corner and like.
What is that? What is it? Dad, where you at?
Or I'm like going into the bathroom to like hit the vape, like I turn the fan on.
You're a grown ass man.
I know it's crazy. Well, it is crazy. It's crazy.
You gotta think about it though, Bobby. If you get caught, like there's nothing good that can come of it. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? So if you quit smoking, and if you say yes, then he's gonna be pissed. If you say no, you're gonna be lying. And then not only are you gonna be fucking lying to you're gonna know you're lying. He's just like, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking motherfucker. Put that theory pipe down.
Yeah, exactly. Back in my day,
hey,
let's smoke a real cigarette.
So like, so anyway, like we're fairly like involved with my dad. So like like we'll all go to the beach together, or like we'll all go to dinner together, or whatever. So like I haven't been able to hit the vape that much. So like now that I'm doing this podcast, I'm like tucked away in our room, which is on the first floor, and like they're right outside the fucking door. Like I can hear them. So I'm like vaping my ass off in here because like I don't know when my next opportunity is gonna be. So if you hear it as a listener, that's why. And don't tell my dad because I'm a grown man. And I'm scared to death of my father.
I hear bubble, 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 and then he's like.
And then I'm like, Dad, I told Greg to stop vaping. Oh, it's this thing called Skype, Dad. You can vape through the internet. It's weird, but he does it when we're Skyping.
I have a solution. I have a solution.
What is it?
Stick your head in the freezer and be like, oh, is there any ice cream? And breathe out. I'll just take a deep breath.
Yeah. Your dad's
like,
gonna
why
come
have
in
you
and
asked for ice cream 13 times?
That's a good one. Okay, so look, I might as well get the other story. I might as well get the other story out of the way since we're taking
Robert, why does it smell like dryer sheets and maple syrup
cinnamon.
in here?
And cinnamon.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does it smell like a strip club in here?
I'm like, it's deadly sin. It's deadly sin, Dad. And yes, it is cinnamon because the sin is spelled like cinnamon. So anyway, like last week I was talking about like fucking up and like having my kids almost die on me. So I almost had I had another incident this past week.
Damn.
So like my youngest is a terror, right? And she needs to get squared away with shit. And then she's like, good. I kind of we have a rhythm. Yeah, exactly. We have a rhythm to the house though, so like I kind of know it. So she needed some yogurt. Got her some yogurt. Sat and had some yogurt. Chill out a little bit, cool. And then she wanted to have a banana. She had a banana, chilled out, cool. Everything's all good. And then she was like, I want to watch a show. I was like, the magic moment, perfect. So usually she's good for like 40 minutes. She makes it through like 1.5 episodes of whatever she feels like watching that day, Pokemon or Littlest Pet Shop, whatever she feels like watching. So I turned it on. I went and sat down. It wasn't but like fucking 5 minutes later. She comes in to the office where I am, which is like the room right next door to where she's watching TV. She's crying, and her hair is completely lathered with what appears to be shampoo. So I'm like, what the fuck? So like I'm like, what's good? So like I can see it's like coming down her face. She's obviously distraught. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go wash this out. So I take her upstairs. I get her in the shower. I start washing her hair. I think as a result, more of it is getting into her eyes. I take her out. I dry it off, and like she won't open her eyes. And I'm like, fuck. And that is like when you think like I can't. If you've got kids and you think you've something's fucked up's happened and it's happened on. It's bad enough that it happened, but if it happens on your watch, it's worse. I can't describe it, but it's fucking worse. So I'm like, motherfucker. So like I'm like, look, we gotta flush your eyes out. Like I'm sure it's like filled with soap. Now I think it's hand soap. So because she pointed to this bottle of hand soap and said that's what it was. So I get her underneath the faucet. And I'm like turning the faucet on, and like I'm like running water in her eyes. I'm like having to hold her eye open with one hand while holding her head. It's a fucking nightmare. So she's a train wreck. So I get her back into the tub, and I'm like, look, we're just gonna try this. So like I laid her down. I'm like holding her head with my right hand. I'm trying to keep her eyes open while pouring a cup of water on the bridge of her nose to let it run into both eyes.
Oh my God.
She's fighting me the entire time. So I get her out, I get her dressed. She still won't open her eyes. She just lays down in the fetal position. And I'm like, oh my God, like I've blinded my kid. It's over. Like, it's fucking, I will start getting the SSI. It's over. So I saw the soap. I called the number on the back of the soap. I told them what's happening. They're like, just flush her eyes out, flush them out good. And I'm like, okay, well, that's done. So she's laying down. She's cool. I'm just going to let her relax. I go downstairs. I see it's Dawn soap that she got into, like dishwashing soap. It's all over the fucking kitchen counter. It's fucking everywhere. And I was like, fuck. So I called them, and they were like, you really got to flush them eyes out for like 15 minutes. And I was like, oh no. So I went back upstairs, got her. I got into the shower with her, and I'm like holding her eyes open underneath the shower. It's a fucking nightmare. Get her back out. Still won't open her eyes. At that point, I called my wife, and I was like, look, you got to come home. I need fucking help. I can't do this. So she came home. She got into the tub with her. We tried to flush her eyes. This is a fucking train wreck. So we took her to the emergency room.
Oh, man.
It took 4 of us to hold her down, hold her eyes open. They flushed her eyes out with a saline lock, which was one of the most traumatic it felt like Psycho, or Hellraiser or something. Like, like one of us like holding the eye, one of us holding the head, one of us dripping the fucking thing. It was, it was crazy. So get her home. She still won't open her eyes. Next morning, still won't open her eyes. Next morning, still won't open her eyes. And we're like, fuck. Anyway, like that afternoon, she finally opened her eyes, and like one of them was like really red. And then like the next day, like now she's like good to go. But Jesus. So that's why the vacation has been very much needed. Now I'm sorry.
Put her in timeout.
So for you guys,
wait for it. Possibly the best example of parenting ever.
Hey, did you make her clean up the mess?
I want to add something real quick. Hold on.
I stood over and I was like, now clean it up.
Get in the corner now.
While the moment's right, I need to add something. For those of you listening or watching at home who's in lives, we're completely fucking turned upside down, and you're an emotional wreck because we didn't have pictures on the podcast. This is what we were dealing with over here. This is why there weren't pictures on the YouTube.
Yes, because
we feel bad, don't you? Now you feel bad.
Podcast to a parenting podcast now, so we're no longer talking about Transformers.
Well, in all
because
fairness,
Friday we were trying to publish Thursday when we were trying to publish this episode. all this shit happened Wednesday. So I'm like taking her. So I had to take her to the eye doctor on Thursday. Podbean, which is our hosting web whatever. Yeah, they had technical difficulties. So we were like, I had like done it. Well, I had done it probably 200 times in all fairness, and then Greg came behind me and did it another 100 times.
Hey. Hello. That's a good time. That's a good time.
Right. So when I got back and looked at it, like we had uploaded episode 90 327 times. So I had to go through and delete it, and each time, like I could only delete 20 episodes at a time, and every time you delete 20 episodes, it takes about 10 minutes. So do the math. That took like a couple fucking hours, and then Greg handled the YouTube because Justin handles all that shit usually, and Justin was moving, and Justin left his phone in his car or some shit. I'm like calling him like a high school girlfriend, like he must have seen like 20 missed calls from me, and so it was it was a hectic week. So when you're like, when people are like, "Where's the fucking pictures?" Well, the pictures, you're lucky the fucking show was up because that shit almost didn't happen.
Yeah, because I was doing that shit for work. Bobby was doing it from the ER, or not the ER, from the doctor's office.
Yeah, exactly. In all fairness to Bobby, I've been to his house, and if I recall correctly, the office has like French doors.
Yes.
Right, and you can fucking see the living room where your kid was supposed to be. This kid pulled some ninja shit on him, and I've personally experienced my own kid pulling some ninja badass shit where I think she's there, I turn around, and all of a sudden something's on fire.
Yeah, if you have kids, then and if you don't have kids, your day is coming. So just, you know what I mean? Like, feel free to judge.
That basement, you'll get there.
Feel free to judge now because I judged when I didn't have kids, but your day is coming. They're going to do something terrible. You're not going to be watching. You can't watch them every second. It shit just happens.
Yeah.
So
put that Mountain Dew
he
down.
Probably did see her sitting there, but what you don't understand about SK is she can split like 6-shot. So he probably did see her. There was probably one watching TV, one in the sofa, and 4 fucking rearranging his collection downstairs. He probably still hadn't noticed that shit. So one was outside selling meth.
She when she finally got her act together, she came in and like she had her eyes open, and like I was like, oh, I went crazy. I was like, look at those beautiful eyes, like I'm going nuts. And she's like, hey, and I was like, yeah. She's like, I feel better. And I was like, oh, fuck.
She was like, Daddy, you a bitch.
So anyway,
go clean that up right now.
Yeah.
You know what everybody likes more than hearing about your kid?
Yes. Go for it.
Paddles? No.
Matt, shut the fuck up. You're sounding like Robert. Why do I even write these fucking jokes if I can't get them out? What the fuck?
I'm sorry. God.
God, you ruined it now. We're going on to paddles, and I'm coming back to this one because I don't want to fuck it up. Planet X, Grimlock, and paddles. God, now I'm mad. Fuck FOC.
Don't be mad. Let's let me see here. Let me get to the picture.
That was his arm, but actually that's his weapon. I really thought that was his whole arm. I was like, God dang. No, that's his weapon. Sorry, that's not his whole arm.
Why can't it be both?
I don't know.
I think it's pretty cool. I think that if you went in, like if this was your Dinobot set that you went in on, I think you deserve this.
If you're Joey,
look at that. The third picture where he's just like on the side. He's like the derpiest looking thing ever to be. Just that he's like, hey.
Because the thing is that like this is like a really niche. It's a niche thing. Like this is Fall of Cybertron, and like there's all sorts of G1-esque Dinobot sets. And like if you went in on this set, you were marching to the beat of a different drummer. And I do feel like, I feel like good for you. Like I do. Like you get paddles. Like that's cool. Like I'm happy they're doing it. It's not for me, but I'm happy they did it, and it looks like it fits with the rest of the set. It looks appropriate. I'm good with it.
Joseph's
that was probably
for this,
the best underhanded, sarcastic ex-girlfriend comment ever. Oh, that's the thing. Yeah. Probably, yeah.
Look at that face. Look at his face. Just look. I mean, the third picture where he's at dinosaur mode. He just got that. I'm over here. Look at me. Don't forget about paddles. Don't forget about me. No.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if. Go ahead.
Is this supposed to be G2 Grimlock? Is that why he's blue?
yes, it is.
Matt,
well, I was gonna say about that Grimlock. If Lenny goes to the picture where they're showing the backside of Grimlock in Robot and Dinosaur mode. Okay, if you look at it, Grimlock's about the size of a knelt over human, so it's going to be a really big Grimlock.
So this is a combiner as well, right? So it's going to be as big as your fucking house.
I think that guy's vaping. I think he's vaping. Yeah, he's vaping.
You know what? His dad is at the convention too, and he's hiding in a corner.
Yeah, he had to hide it.
He does have a bad shirt, so they're into the vape.
You got your ice cream?
What is his? Is he got a snout like a pig snout on that last picture? Is that a pig snout? No, that's his battle mask. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's got a mouth like a pig snout.
Jesus. What the hell's wrong with these people, man? Good luck with those.
I think it's
You don't think Fans Toys will do paddles?
If they do, I'm in, but I don't think they will. I think that they're like, I think that I don't think they'll take that kind of a chance. I think that's to their fault too, because I would be in.
Yeah, I'd be in. They're going to repaint every mold 5 times, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're like, we'll let Planet X have paddles. We'll just recolor everything.
Yeah. One of each for you.
That's true. They'll have to.
Like I'd be surprised to see if Fans Toys ever do something that wasn't a repaint that wasn't in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love for them to do the other 3 bugs or the other 4 bugs, but I doubt they'll ever do it.
Oh yeah, the larger Insecticons, whatever they're called. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Chop and
yeah.
The rest, Venom,
etc.
Ransack.
Did you just say Princess?
Don't worry.
And Barrage. Good going, Justin. Well played, sir.
I said
Don't worry,
Princess.
Bobby. Bad keep. Gotcha. They'll do them.
I'll tell you, if they do them and they're not like retools, like if they're kind of like their own thing, like I'm in. Actually, if they are retools, maybe I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it'd be a reason to actually pick up the bad cube ones, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, that'd be good too. I'd like to have a set of those. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, they'd have to be retools. They won't be repaints because they don't use paint. So.
That's true.
All right, Greg, you can go back to your thing. I apologize. I'm sorry for that.
No, we're gonna skip it.
Greg,
we can't skip it.
We're
Greg,
gonna
come
skip
on.
it. No.
Is it like that?
No.
Are we like that already?
Yep. It is. I've been trying to move the show along for 3.5 hours.
I can't wait.
There's one show note in particular I'm waiting for Greg to read.
Oh man. Alright, Generations Toy Legends Megatron Prototype. It's an actual prototype and not just the render. So
yeah.
What do you think about this unit there, Robert?
The gun looks cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong Robert, probably.
It doesn't matter. Robert? Bobby?
Fuck, of course I love it. You know what? I'm down with this.
Now, do you think having a scope and the silencer is still going to fit, like, up your ass properly, or you have to mistransform it?
We shall see.
That scope's pretty big, man. You better get ready for that shit, man. Lube it up good, man, because that's a pretty big scope.
It's gonna be great. I mean, look, I can nitpick. I think I'm kind of an apologist when it comes to these the scale. You know, because if this was say larger, I'd be more critical of it. Definitely like the shoulders and it's too stocky in some ways, but I guess because it's legend scale, I'm just more forgiving.
Wait, did you like X-Ray?
Well, you could.
I do like X-Ray.
Oh.
I think I'm the only person that likes X-Ray.
I think, hey, you can tell by the size, Lenny. Lenny, the guy's holding him, so you can see how big he is.
Oh, wait.
So well, yeah, but not only that, if you look at the one where the guy's holding him, if you look in the background, Generation Toy Devastator is going to be as big as a dude.
There you go.
Probably bigger.
Right.
Yeah, but look at it. There's no fucking paint. That's the gray shit.
Yeah, where's the paint at? No lick of paint or nothing.
That is the paint.
What
What about anybody see you? Go ahead, Justin.
What I think is interesting about this is with the dude, messing with the little Megatron. I think I would rather mess with the little Devastator. Like, of all the things that you could mess with. Yeah, I don't know.
No, he went straight to the Megatron. He's like, fuck that shit. I want the Megatron.
Well, he probably wasn't allowed to. You can only touch Megatron. Don't fucking touch nothing. Sorry.
Do not. Yeah, we can't do Asians without Oscar. It's just not right.
Yeah, Phil.
It's not really right, when he does it either.
Matt with his first funny joke.
In 91 episodes. Good job.
That was
yes.
That was a good one though.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
It only took 91 episodes. All right.
It's not really right when he. It's not really right when he does it either.
But still,
I didn't even hear Matt say it over Robert. So all is right with the world as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Great, GOOGA MORGAN, Toyworld Devastator, prototype reveal.
Great GOOGA MORGAN. Oh my god.
Okay.
See, that shit was fucking funny.
Let me explain that real quick. Okay, so for the listeners out there is a Facebook group that is dedicated to Shattercast. It is not open to the public. You got to earn your way in it. People that participate in the Facebook or Twitter or whatever, or like that's how you get into the group. And a conversation came up about Shockwave, which I'm guessing we're going to get to. And I said, if this transformation is self-contained, which it doesn't look like it is, but if it is, I was like, great, GOOGA, and it auto-corrected GOOGA MOGA to GOOGA MORGAN for whatever reason. And then like I'm not on, like I don't get on Facebook as that often, so like, and if I do, I'm usually like in and out. So like, I didn't know that it had become a running joke, like 2 or 3 posts after mine, with like Robert and Greg saying like, "Who the fuck is Morgan?" And like, I don't know, look at Morgan, and on and on and on. So that's the story to this.
From my standpoint, let me tell it from my standpoint. So I see this, and it had already been like an hour, and like no one said anything. So I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? I'm like,
no one said anything. Like, God, somebody say something.
I'm biting my nails. I'm sweating bullets. Like 3 hours have gone by, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then all of a sudden, Robert's like, "Who the fuck's Morgan?" I'm like, "Oh, thank fucking God, Jesus Christ!"
Just sitting on a punchline. Come on.
No, he's serious.
I said, who the fuck is Morgan, and what's so great about him?
Yeah.
Staring at his phone for 3 hours, like, "God, somebody say something."
No, I was at work. I'd shut my door and turn the lights off and everything. I was like, "They won't know I'm here."
And then Bobby was like corrected, and then Greg was like, "Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about, Robert? Shut up."
I was hitting F5. I'm like, "What's going on?"
This guy is really skinny. I know they showed a back pic with the Generations one, and I'm liking Generations toys a little more. I mean, I know this one's taller, but he's really skinny. And I think the Generation Toys one's more stocky, like Devastator should be. I think this guy's just, I would like to get them. They're a good price point. $99 is not bad. I mean, I'll probably pick them up too. But, man, that Generation Toy, he looks just more, he just looks like he does, he lifts more weights than this guy did.
I like this one. I have a couple things. Like, one, does the shovel on Scavenger swivel so that you can have it going the proper way? 2, is Long Haul going to be the same size as the rest of them? Or is he going to be a big old size? Because I'm guessing those are Long Haul's thighs, right? Or if it's not the case, does he parts form? And I'm okay with parts forming. I'm not the anti-parts forming guy. I'm probably in on this set. I'm just asking.
They look connected by like joints. They look jointed.
I think this just looks like a third-party Hasbro
Yep. I
don't like this at all.
I mean, DC. I mean, he's really skinny.
He is very skinny looking to me.
Yes.
The problem is almost every Devastator that looks skinny, it's always Long Haul's fault. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, you know, look at all that extra space, you know, underneath his arms, you know, and under his armpits and everything. I mean, there's just a lot of space in between.
He's a little tapered unit.
Yeah, I don't know. I may not be in this one. I may just do Generations toys because I like them a little bigger, you know. And Devastator's always been to me a little. Well, I mean, I don't know. He's been skinny. He was skinny in the movie too.
He was skinny in the cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but this one's rocking some female dimensions there. I mean, like he's totally got
true.
an hourglass figure going on.
Hey.
If you see like this in the photo I'm looking at, there's a straight line going down from his right ear. It almost lines up with his waist. His ears are almost as big as his waist.
You hate his ears.
He's got the dinosaur ears. He's got that
Dumbo.
Yeah, his head is definitely like it's too wide on the head.
But that's because you know it's the Ox design though. Like that's what they're trying to do.
In this studio.
Is that what they're doing?
Whatever.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's where it's from.
Studio, nobody gives
This one's probably the worst. This is probably the first Studio Ox one that looks pretty bad. Then
I dig it.
I don't think it looks bad.
I think their individual robot mode, like prototype images they showed look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. Well,
and they're going to be huge. So
speaking of which,
just looking at that prototype image with another one in the background.
I just threw the notes up in the air and I'm walking away just so you guys know.
So
I'm not even wearing clothes now. I'm gonna have a drink
now. See, like
at the prop.
Okay, I like that the tread spin. That's cool. That's really
that was
cool.
pretty cool. That was cool.
But like this. Like, I like the head sculpt better. I think I like that it generally cleans up better than the Generation toy one. But this, for some reason, to me feels a little cheap. Like the stuff, like the parts that are holding the bucket up to his chest and stuff, like that looks like, I don't know. That doesn't look masterpiecey to me. I don't know how to.
The rail bar you're talking about? Yeah, it just doesn't look. They're not going for G1. What he looks like, that's not G1 at all. To me.
Well,
I mean, I don't know if they're going that way, but the head sculpt is cool, but it don't look G1 head. I mean,
because Bone Crusher had a nose, didn't he? Where's this guy's nose at?
It's in the other one, the Grimlock, the pig snout.
Prolonged energon cocaine abuse.
You guys are so fucking judgmental.
Oh,
those ears. Those fucking nose. The ears are too big.
You know,
too small.
You know, Bobby will get it. You know he's gonna get it, but I mean, it's just.
I'm in.
I figured it out. They're all female Constructicons. Look at those tits he's carrying. Look at that.
There you go again.
All female Constructicons.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Not at all. In a different world, there's nothing wrong with that.
I bet they make a great
Emily,
sandwich.
They're Devastina. I got it. Devastina.
Constructicons.
I like that.
He's a Constructicon. Give me the bologna sandwich.
I like it. I like that the alt mode has the little like roof thing over top of it. I don't know why I feel like that's important for Bone Crusher, but I think it is.
Mostly
because the G1, you know, it came
treads without it. So.
It detached, you know, and the G1 it detached, you know, and everything, and everybody always lost it, everything. So yeah, I can see it that way. You know, it does look, you know, like Bone Crusher.
Wait, it didn't. The G1 didn't detach. You're thinking about You're thinking about Scrapper. Scrapper had the canopy that came off. Bone Crusher was a single piece.
Oh, was it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Well,
yeah.
They all look the same. Who cares?
Oh shit! Damn, that was a big drink.
Damn. I got tackled.
Oh no, I just not. All right. Are we done on?
Can we go back to the one we skipped? because I really want to talk about it. I apologize.
Come on,
Greg. Come on.
Come on now.
Nope.
Lenny wants to talk about it.
Nope. Moving on to Hasbro news.
For real. Greg. For real.
Matt, you got a big ass fucking mouth. I tell you. Come on, Zoe. Come on in here so I can
bitching
train.
out. That's what I don't have a big ass mouth. You bitching out. That's what you do.
No, you have a little mouth. You have a little mouth, and that's why I love you.
It's purdy.
You know what I love more than the Matt's little pervy mouth? Looking at pictures of bluebies. See, I didn't get to deliver it the way I intended, so now it's all fucked up. Because bluebies.
No, that sounded perfect, dude. That was perfect. You were perfect, Greg.
By the way, I pirate IDW comics on CD as well. Yeah, so it's Toyworld Glyph from their B mold, who Justin has been selling us on, and I wouldn't mind picking up in a different color to represent a character that
I sold you on it?
Yeah.
I don't remember saying all that much about it. I said the transformation kind of sucked. But the...
no, you said you liked it.
I do. Generally, I do like it. The robot mode and the alt mode are pretty cool. The transformation between the two, like, it could have been a little bit better. Mostly the backpack piece, but yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Okay, let me rephrase it then. You sold me on that a lot more than you're selling people on your fucking Sonic and your sales post.
Oh yeah, Sonic's a piece of crap. I can't.
Sucks. Can't figure out how to transform it. Who wants to buy this toy? $30.
Yeah, it's got stress marks. You can't see them. Don't worry.
Yep. Gotta be honest, man. I can't deny the what he's got. So you're buying at your own risk.
Sold.
Well, that was a big old fucking letdown of a show note. Moving on to Hasbro. Speaking of letdowns, it's try Predicus, not try harder. It's the first Icon figures field, and it is Try Predicus Agent, also known as Beast Wars Ravage, I think.
Yeah,
or
Ravage.
Something. It looks like they took now. Which piece of shit is this?
Breakdown, I think.
They took. If anyone watches Adventure Time or is familiar with it at all, they took Party Wolf. Google it if you need to. And they took Party Wolf and they put him right on top of fucking Breakdown, painted him black, and stuck him in a box set. And I think it's fucking horrible.
Oh wait, you have to get a box set to buy this.
Wait, this person, this person commented on it. Checks date to see if it's April 1st. It's not. Backs out of thread softly, whistling softly.
This might be what brings me back to Hasbro.
It should. I mean, do you not see the picture and the picture below it where it's supposed to look like? I mean, that's spot on.
Boy, another guy said, pretty cool. I'm going to have a ton of combiners on my shelves by this time this era ends. By the time that... Oh, my God.
This is weird, but this... Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
Well, no, I was just saying they had a golden opportunity to fucking do Devastator, charge $600 for him, and just paint him in, like, G2 colors, fucking diamond colors, and they could have gotten away with it. They could have called it the fucking South of the Border Invasion and painted them up fucking orange, blue, green, and red, but didn't.
The G2 coloring will probably be like the BotCon freebie or one of the bagged ones. Just watch.
Yeah.
So somebody commented, looks to be the breakdown mold. Somebody else quoted it and responded and said, "You don't sound certain."
They cut out, but I gotta find this picture.
Okay, this is kind of this is also what if people keep. I know a lot of people don't keep up BotCon on here, but this is like really, really early to show. I don't know what the angle they're coming at is. You know, they never show this. You know, their toys and this early into it because I think BotCon's in April next year, and this is really, really early to show this. I think they did this. They showed this over in the UK. I think I saw Thu. And he was talking about they got to see this and everything.
Isn't Cybertron supposed to get the official release of this shit?
Not anymore. I guess I don't know.
I thought that they were supposed to get the original, they were supposed to break all the news.
I believe so.
Surrounding.
Well, yeah, they showed.
This is a fun pub release, right?
Yeah, I mean, they showed this and Onslaught, I think, at over there. They had some. The guy that does, I forgot his name. He runs Fun Pub. He was over there showing stuff, and he released this and some other stuff of. If you watch through, he goes over it with Ben's Collectibles and everything. They mentioned that they got to see this and some other stuff that they brought over. So
what's funny is I'm at Cybertron now, and there's a banner on Cybertron of one of the Victorian or Victoria's Secret bots. And it's a close up, but the resolution is so high you can see like scratches and dings in the paint and all. Like it looks like a fucking mess. I'm gonna share this link just so you guys can see it because it's worth it.
So this will be the first repaint into Predaking Combiner from Combiner Wars as well. This will be Rampage.
Well, no, this is they're doing the next year. It's the 20th anniversary of Beast Wars, so they're gonna do. Probably 5 sets of Beast Wars, and they're gonna combine into something. Hey, y'all just remember this is gonna be $500 too for those 5. So, congratulations!
Wow.
Hey, I'm not our company. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the one that's got to lend you the money. There, Matt.
Yeah, I probably will need to borrow some, man.
All right, somebody, anybody.
Decoys.
Oh, I thought we were gonna seriously laugh it in. All right, fucking hey, Boys return. Remember those little red fucking things? They used to come with your toys back in the day. Yeah.
And I think they're going to be erasers.
You could use them as erasers because they were made out of rubber.
Okay, cool.
That's cool.
I
would pick these up.
Yeah, I'm on board with this.
Is that the final
Decoys? Decoys were like the toxic waste of the Transformers line. They were just a side product they put out. They found out, oh wait, they give you superpowers.
Hey, Robert, when these come out, Robert?
Oh, 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of missed that one. Good job, Robert.
You're gonna be able to buy them at your elementary school in a quarter machine. You're gonna get 6 of them in a tube, and then you can stuff your ass.
See, I would do that. I mean, if they had them in the little 50-cent machines. I would love to get something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Is that the company Sideshow?
What?
Is that the company at Sideshow?
Which company?
That made these? Sideshow?
No, these are Hasbro products.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I bet they sell these in Japan. Little quarter machines. I wish they do that here. That'd be pretty cool.
Now, would you say, Matt, it would be a 50-cent machine, and you put in your money, and it shoots you like 6 times in the leg?
9 times.
I hope so.
9 times.
Pew, pew, pew.
Did you hear Bobby? He's like 9 times.
The reason why well, it's a lot less interesting of a story, but the reason why I know that number by heart is because I'm a big fan of this guy, Joe Button, and he made about a year, dedicated like a year of his life to kind of exposing a lot of the half-truths behind the 50-cent shooting, and 9 times has something to do with it. So that's why I know by heart. MP Hot Rod painted prototype with accessories revealed.
I was gonna say, awesome story, bro.
That was possibly the greatest story ever.
Well, I did preface it with saying it wasn't that interesting.
So moving on to Fish with This 2. Masterpiece Hot Rod painted prototype with
Fish with This 2. Because it comes with a fishing pole. I get it. That's funny.
Hey, if you want to see the Masterpiece prototype, do it in style, Matto. Do it from Lookout Mountain.
I like the price on him. He's only $75. That's not bad.
I like it. I know it's not perfect, but I like it. Like, there's just something about this. Like, I know what everybody says, and I know the Matrix gimmick, I know. But there's just something about this fucking thing sitting there with that fishing pole, like...
Oh, it looks like his penis.
Look, that picture...
Look at the articulation on his shoulders for that picture
I was
where he's holding the fishing rod.
I was going to say, look at the picture... Look at the picture where he's like... Where he's shooting hot... The picture's titled Hot Rod 3.
That's my favorite picture.
It's terrible. It's the one after the one where he's got his hands up and the visor down. It's the one after that. I I don't even understand what I'm looking at there.
Where you can see absolutely every like layer of his car between his chest and
Yeah.
his back.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, bad. Yeah, that's bad pictures. You can see. I mean, there's bad pictures every fucking toy. Like, there's something about having it with the fish. I don't know.
I like it.
It is what it is. You like it. If you don't, you don't. I mean,
I do. I like it, Greg. Me and you, buddy.
Do you think he's terribly back heavy? You think that's one of the only ways he's going to be able to stand? Is if you have everything up and out in front of him? And he's bent and leaning
You're back
forward?
heavy. Shut up.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be light enough.
Yeah, I think this is a bunch of bad decisions.
I can see now that the headlights are not going to end up being like a faux thing that, you know, the real ones slide away or something, because that matrix view just kills the ability to do that. You can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a bad decision.
Yeah.
I think that was a bad decision. But this far along, I mean, there's nothing to be done about it. If you don't want it, you're not going to get it. If you do, you do. I mean, I wish they hadn't have done that. I wish they had made the chest compress a little bit and make them look a little less Transformers Prime knockout-y.
The Matrix picture also, like, to me, like, once again makes it look like it's a different upper body on a different lower body. Again, you know, like, that was something that the prototype, or the black and white or whatever picture looked like, that the top part was just too big for the bottom, and now it just looks like it's another robot floating there, basically. I don't know. I can't.
Why do they need the Matrix gimmick? He's not Rhadahmanthus. Sorry. Why do they need the Matrix gimmick? Because he's not Rhadahmanthus. He's Hot Rod.
They don't.
I don't understand. That's one part I don't understand is you don't need that gimmick for him.
Ultra Magnus could hold him.
Because
at
one point he opened his chest and put the Matrix in and became Rhadahmanthus Prime.
Yeah, I know that, but that was 5 seconds.
Ultra Magnus had it. But here's my thing. I don't know why his chest opens like that, because if I'm not mistaken, it was always the downward, right? Like, did he, in the movie, and like that 3 seconds that he was in it, that last 1 second of it, didn't he like pull it down and put it in? Or did he open it up like that?
I believe he opened it up like a door.
I thought the hood
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
I think it flipped out like every other fucking toy that's ever been made with that gimmick in it.
No, he shoved
which
it
is
up his
what I don't
ass.
get.
Yeah, it looks like he shoved it up his ass.
It does. It is like,
he looks like he's selling crack or something. He's like, hey, you want to buy some crack? Hey, I got some crack in here. You want some crack?
Are we seeing a decline in MP design?
Yeah. Shut up, Robert. Shut your mouth.
I don't know. I mean, like, because Shockwave looks good.
He does.
You know.
Well, hold on. Let's think of this. Let's think about this. I wanted to bring this up last week, and I don't think I got the chance to. So let's look at this numerically. So MP10 is the reset, right? That's like fucking unplug the motherfucker, wait for minutes, and plug it back in, and then maybe your model will work. That's a hard reset. Okay. So MP10, and then MP11 was the new Starscream, and then that got repainted. Well, don't even worry about that. So MP12 was, what was MP12? That was Sideswipe, right? Or Soundwave, yeah. And then MP13. So what was 12?
I'm not good with numbers, but let's just talk about it without numbers.
Okay, that's fine. So we had Sideswipe, and then we had Soundwave, and then we repainted Soundwave into Sound Blaster, and then we repainted fucking Sideswipe into what? Red Alert, everything else. Then we had the fucking the Fair Lady mold.
Yep.
Which was the same mold for 3 or 4 figures. And then we had the Wheeljack mold, then we had the Ultramax. So how many masterpieces have we really had since MP10? Like actual molds.
If you count the cassettes, you got.
But I don't.
You got
the cassettes are accessories. I mean, let's be honest here. The cassettes are accessories.
Okay.
You got
you got Bumblebee, Wheeljack, Sideswipe, Prowl, MP10, Soundwave,
Ultra Magnus, Star
Saber. So 8.
So that really starts cutting the numbers down, though, when you start talking about decline. That really puts it in perspective. I mean, how many of those were bad?
Okay, but I think in Bumblebee, you started to see it with just the nitpicky forearms, but the design was there. I mean, Magnus, you had limited articulation, but I still think he was good. He was up there. So I don't know.
I
still think
the massive sprue marks on Ultra Magnus's forearms was
that sucked.
That was not the last like perfect one, I think.
But that's not a decline in design. That's a decline in quality control.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I guess it's designed for manufacturing because they could have put the sprue marks on the other side that wouldn't have been as visible and not on the fucking front and center parts. But
I mean, look what you got coming out. You got Trax, which looks really nice. Ironhide, he's a mix. Everybody, some people like him, some people don't. Then you got Shockwave. I mean, I don't think it's really a decline. I mean, I think, and they're going to be putting out more stuff. I really don't think they're declining at all.
For once, I mean, me and Matt are on the same page. I think, we got, 20 good masterpieces in the last 2 years, but most of them were repaints of the one good design figure. So, I mean, there's going to be a bum design here. There's going to be a design that someone doesn't like. I mean, it's just like with any fucking company.
But the recolors were pretty good, too. I mean,
Yeah, but I think that it was the string of success. It was just that like everything they put out. I mean, I'm talking mold wise, not repaint wise. Just every new mold you got was knocking it out of the park for so long consecutively that it's weird when it starts to not knock it out of the park.
This is like an octave down. There's something about the design. It's just something's different.
Yeah, this thing is fucking off.
So, just to kind of, since it's a good place to cut in here, I went back on YouTube and looked at every video I can find of Rhadamanthus, or Hot Rod turning to Rhadamanthus Prime. In the movie, he simply grabs the Matrix, opens it up, and he is now Rhadamanthus Prime. In the episode where Scourge has the Matrix, he just puts it in his chest without actually opening anything. It just, goes in. So yeah, it's I can't find one where he opens his chest like that. So
yeah, does he gets it back from Prime, doesn't he? When
yeah, there's that there was some transition or something.
It's just why bother with that? Because if they didn't have that there, we'd have a better torso. And why just give us
because I'll tell you why. Because this is a Japanese company, and Japanese leader good guys sell.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if they're able to push the Rhadamanthus Prime angle, they're able to sell more units.
Matt, good call on that.
Yeah, but
one.
I mean, then you can never sell just Hot Rod because this guy still is not just Hot Rod. But
Hot Rod sells good too.
I mean, it would have been nice to have it more of a perfected Hot Rod and have it is so much.
Well, they already had this mold. I mean, they had to make something out of it, some more. That's just Takara and Hasbro.
The people who buy these figures, they do a lot of photography. Like way too many people who aren't good at it do photography. It seems like these days. And I'm not saying anyone in general. I'm talking about the people with their fucking chairs and their desks and their fucking chest of drawers and shit.
Shit, that's me.
And they like taking pictures of these figures, and so that's a picture you can take. That one episode, or that Prime becoming, like Rhadamanthus Prime giving the Matrix, or Hot Rod giving the Matrix back. I mean, it's there. It's for a picture. I mean, I know why they did it.
I'm sure somebody, when the first Hot Rod or the Rhadamanthus came out there, somebody said, well, why didn't he come with a fishing pole and something else, blah, blah. So this is for them. Probably.
I wish he had a fish. He should have a fucking fish.
It's for all the single ladies.
All the single ladies.
And then, I just don't think that this is. I think that this is the. I think this is the least impressive modern day masterpiece we've seen.
You think this
if you
is
like
worse
it, you
than
got to put
Ironhide?
a Matrix in it.
Oh, that's a good question.
See, we got Ironhide, we've got this guy. I mean,
it's just Ironhide and this guy, Robert. Just Ironhide and this guy. I like Ironhide. I don't care what anybody says. I can't wait to get him. But this is a little sidestep. It's a little bump in the road. You can always have that. Everybody has them. You can't be on top forever.
But that's what Robert's saying though. Not being on top forever is a decline.
Well, I don't think they're going to decline. I don't think they're going to decline that much. I think once you see some more stuff coming out next year, after a Shockwave, it's y'all gonna forget about Hot Rod. Y'all be like, Hot Rod who? I mean, it's,
I think it's a piece of shit. Like that's what Robert's saying, though.
That's not what he's saying.
No. I just think that there just seems to be some, and I'm not eloquent or educated enough on the issue to really articulate how, but I think there's just some they seem less
something off about it.
They seem less. You know, they went from godlike to maybe just a demigod. It just seems.
I got you, Robert. Yeah, I was giving you a hard time. It's those knee pads. Hey, so speaking of things that aren't awesome shit, Masterpiece Soundwave painted prototype with accessories.
Looks
revealed.
Good.
Looks good. Solid unit. Solid unit, Max. Solid unit.
Yep, looks good.
Have your
looks like
one with two hands. You can have your. Yeah, I don't know. There's not
what
really
episode was that? Are y'all glad that he's the? I know you were, kind of worried about the height, last week, but y'all happy with the height of him now?
Absolutely, very happy, and happy to see that it is what it is.
Yeah, I can't wait to do this. This is. I think I canceled my pre-order for Fans Toys. I may just get this.
You know what? I want to see Fans Toys sue Takara for IP infringement. I don't know. I might pick up the Fans Toy one later, but this guy, he looks good.
I'm getting both just because I think the Fans Toys was a good figure. I mean, I had it for a while.
Yeah.
I had it actually since it came out. I didn't waffle. I bought it as soon as I had the chance, and I enjoyed it. And I'll get another one. But yeah, man, this is going to be my Shockwave. It's going to be my Shockwave.
Yeah, he's definitely nice looking. I think he looks a lot better now in color than he did in the prototype pics.
Yeah, he looks great.
I like you have the option. You can flip the arm. So if you're a hose on top or a hose on the bottom kind of guy, you can swap it out like fisted or getting shot at.
His little feet actually look a lot less ridiculous too, in color for some reason.
But with Bobby, it's that back transformation. Like, if that thing works as one solid piece, like, that's just going to be like...
Yeah, that's going to be the killer right there. Like, that's going to be the thing
what's that wrestling thing that's popular in memes? The RKO, whatever the fuck that is.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I knew Matt. One of you guys would know what that was. So I'm not... Like, it'd be like that.
Yeah, it's fucking... Who does RKO, Larry?
Transformation?
Who does RKO?
John Long.
What's the guy's name that does RKO? Randy Orton.
Yeah, well, that's not
RKO. I know it's not relevant.
And make a one unit for like a better war transformation. Then that's just going to be like the.
Do you think this could be the best MP today once it comes out?
I mean, I'm looking forward to 5 years, and I'm thinking.
Hey, look. Side note, real quick. Well, I just went on to make sure I pre-ordered the Shockwave, and I'm scrolling through the featured pre-orders. Classics, the 2016 reboot Masters of the Universe classics, are like all fucking sold out already.
Ooh.
Yeah, they are. The Filmation ones. Those are the good ones. Those ones that are like, they look like the cartoon.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Why does this have two different backpacks? Just going back to the topic.
It doesn't have two different backpacks. One is backpack, one's a stand.
So if you look at Shockwave Photo 3, it's got a purple backpack. And then Shockwave Photo 7, it's got the grey gun tip piece.
Oh, I don't know.
It actually looks like the stand. So it's not two backpacks. It's that they've given the purple stand.
Oh, it slides over the top
in robot mode. Yeah, because
right.
You can see the silver sight still poking out the back there. It's a good way to put.
That's pretty smart.
Incorporate the stand. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, U.S. beats Australia once again. Might as well start calling this the Olympics.
The reason why I asked is because about the best MP. I mean, because I think generally everybody thinks Soundwave is probably one of the best MPs that's out there. I mean, do you think
Yeah,
it'd be better
he's
than
one of my
Soundwave?
Him an MP10.
Yeah. I mean, you think it could be better than P10?
No,
I guess
I don't think so.
I know. We'll
Anything's-
never know until
anything's possible.
Yeah.
I think
got
MP Rumble is my favorite. You know the blue one?
Yes.
MP Rumble?
Or the red one.
The red
What about
one.
Blue one.
What's that?
Are we fixing Nerd Fight? Are we fixing Nerd Fight?
Right. No, so hey, Takara's got you hooked up, Matt. They're doing another Voyager Springer.
I've already
they're doing their-
pre-ordered.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the movie colors?
Is it? Because it's a lighter green. I don't. It may be.
Do not copy. Oh God.
I mean, it's. No, I'm past. I mean, I've got one mold. It's good enough. I mean, I don't know.
That's a good mold, but it's not the MP10 mold. We don't need 15 different versions of it.
We don't. We don't.
Yeah, I think that's a bit overkill, and I think it's a bit late in the game.
If they had done,
why?
Well, if you look, the Takara Springer, if I'm not mistaken, which I may be, is only TG 18, and then this recolor is TG like 22. So like, for us in America, like it's it's been a while, but in Japan, as far as their releases go, like this is like 4 releases later.
He'll probably be in my pile of loot, probably. I don't know. We'll see.
No, he'll probably stand up there.
I like the comments. Why?
Joel will slip in there.
All together now. Why? People are just commenting. Why?
I just wish they'd do it back in the Rhadahmanthus colors. I missed that.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
Yep, that'd be something I'd be interested in as well.
Yeah.
Why?
And I think he'd fit well on the old IDW shelf.
No, it won't.
Which isn't getting a lot of updates recently. Might be time to.
Which one? Your Misfit toy shelf?
Yeah.
They just got
not my Misfit.
Island?
Yeah, no, not the island. Not the island. Of course not. The island gets plenty of
I
play.
love to talk about the island. I love the island talk. Bobby. Bobby, what is on the island right now? While we're talking about it.
All Combiner Wars. And
gangbang. Not mistaken.
Yeah, RC getting gangbanged by the Stunticons.
Whoa, which RC? Well, which RC?
Generations.
Oh. Are your Tetragens over there?
Of course.
Okay.
That's an angle and placid.
He's got Fix It.
Fix It's on there.
Fix It. What?
Yeah.
You gotta keep that. You get the creeper out of there, man. He's gotta go somewhere special.
He's holding the video camera.
Hey, for whatever it's worth, this is the first item of Transformers collections you see as you enter the Skull Cave. Bobby's very front and center with it.
That's
welcome.
I didn't know. I've never been invited to his house. I would not know, Robert.
You just haven't chosen to come.
Thank you, Justin.
Oh. Okay. Anything else we got left? Oh,
we got one last thing.
Right.
We got Blaster, a ridiculously small Grimlock, and some things that nobody can make out.
What
and
is
moving
that?
on.
What's that dinger? Is that his dinger?
It's the headmaster.
I don't know. What you
It's a
call
little dinger.
We're saying, or Ben's World of Collectibles, or whatever it is. Ben's World of Transformers thinks that it's Hardhead on the left and Skull Cruncher on the right.
I can see Hardhead. I don't know about Skull Cruncher though. That's I don't know.
I see the fate.
All right. Sorry.
What's the little? Is that the little
That's
Grimlock?
right.
Really? What is that? Is that little Ravage or something? Or... That's just a puppy.
What was the cassette
Spit, Bobby.
dinosaur
Spit.
called?
Oh, did you guys move on without
Overkill?
me? I'm sorry. I put my
Oh,
phone
Matt heard it again. Matt, you're super sensitive to the vape.
Sorry,
Dude.
He
I'm just
looks
sitting
like-
here chilling, vaping, killing the game.
just chilling it.
So
What's the?
Are we talking about the last show note? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was defending
yeah,
my
we are.
honor.
What's hanging
I was
out on
defending my
Blaster's
honor.
arm?
Yeah, what is that? Is that a pterodactyl?
That's fucking Buzzkill or whatever his name was. That's oh fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue. It was orange and silver.
Sonder? No.
Sonder? Sonder? No, there's a bird. There's not about bird.
Yeah, that's just Sonder or something like that. Sondor.
Well, because this is going to get repainted into fucking Soundwave, so they're playing it. Yeah, this thing's going to be a fucking wreck. This thing's going to be a fucking wreck.
Like
I don't think it's going to be a wreck, Ray.
I do. I think it's going to be a wreck.
I'm reading the comments, and someone seems to think that the big one is Fort Max, but I think that it's just solely because it's bigger than everything else that they think that. Like, if you go to that Titan Wars blaster, like the prototype one or whatever they showed in color, like, it's the exact same outline. Like, mine is...
Oh, you can almost see the head.
Yeah, I mean, the head's unmistakable.
Little antenna. The little antennas are a dead giveaway.
They're being sold in a group.
Is that funny, Bob?
Okay. There were beans spilled in a group. There was this little fucking shots fired. I think the post got deleted, but it was between people that were associated with various .coms, and some beans were spilled. So this is that fucking thing that we've seen in the pictures, the blaster. It's gonna have a base mode, and it's gonna be turned into fucking Soundwave, and it's leader
class. Huge.
It's leader class.
What size are the? I know Hardhead. I can tell with the treads too. Also,
it's gonna be the Voyager, and then there's gonna be a Power Master Prime, but I don't think he's gonna be. He's gonna be a Power Master, but he's gonna be a retool of the Ultra Magnus, and he may possibly also be a Headmaster. So that's gonna be all sorts of fuckery.
When the fuck was Blaster this big? I don't. Todd, why is Blaster?
He's also gonna be a Headmaster. It's all sorts of fuck. I told you, all sorts of fuckery. That's all you need to think about. That meme of Kermit that says, "Get me the fuck out of here." Facebook is all sorts of fuckery. That's all you need to think about for Hasbro. Period.
At least we have confirmation that there is going to be a Hasbro Transformer presence at NYCC. You know, we were talking about that last week, whether or not we'd be there, whether or not they'd be, but it seems like they will. So we'll get some news anyway.
Are they going to show Skull Cruncher with a little Peter?
You know what the most important thing about this picture is to me? The one on the right is holding his hand up, telling me to stop and don't go any further into this.
Stop in the name of love.
Yeah, this
who's the little guy? Who's the little guy? Is it the Grimlock or a puppy or what is that? And is that the headmaster between him? Okay, he's transformed. Why is the headmaster between his fucking crotch?
It's probably going to be an overkill or something to go with Soundwave. Because they've already done the other ones. Those are still relevant.
And when did they start doing third-party shit, showing silhouettes and stuff? When did they start doing that? Hasbro don't do that shit.
I don't put shit past Hasbro.
It's Hasbro Pulse.
I don't put shit.
They're trying to stay relevant.
It's Hasbro Pulse.
Hasbro Pulse.
They're sticking to the pulse of the game. They're doing that.
Lenny, that is actually a good point. That is funny. That's like their new thing. Like that's a new thing for them. The Hasbro Pulse. Like that's a marketing thing.
You got the pulse.
You're still alive.
And it's got the little bleep. The little. It's Hasbro's last heart.
Yeah, you have to keep it up. They're going to be Hasbro defibrillation. You know?
Yeah, the next line will be Hasbro flatline.
This could be.
You know what?
We never know. We never know. This could be.
Mount up, Mountain Dew nerds.
At least they're G1 characters. Like I'm curious. I'll wait and see how it turns out. Whatever.
Did anyone read the first comment under the silhouette? It pretty much says, "I have no idea what the fuck it is, but either way, I'm excited." What kind of comment is that?
That right there is the essential of a fucking Transformer fan right there. He does I don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah, they got my money anyway.
I don't care. I'm getting it.
That's a Phlodimus.
It turns into
Phlodimus Prime right there. It's a Phlodimus Prime.
That is somebody in the basement right now just fucking typing really angry and drinking some Mountain Dew and some whatever and beef jerky.
And he's feeling so accomplished because he was the first guy to get in there.
It was
all
first.
Right. I'm gonna everyone see my name, Fort Max. Come on.
Should have been drinking out of the hell pint glass.
That's what should be done.
Hey, so Lenny had an idea for a discussion this week, so we're going to give it on over to him.
All right. I just came up with this one while I was trying to sleep.
I thought you were I just came.
What?
What? You were like, oh, sorry,
I'm stretching. I'm trying to get some more sleep. I didn't get very much sleep last night. All right. Which do you feel is the most relevant entertainment medium for the Transformers brand? What was the medium that most got you into or back into or has kept you interested in Transformers?
Minor Wars.
It's like...
I don't know what the medium means.
Like comic book, cartoon, movie.
Hey, Matt, it's a size you never order. Sorry.
You can't order a ski cap. You can't order a ski cap without a medium either, too, because you got a big dome.
That's true. It's true. I'll take that charge.
I'm gonna rub that head
wait, what? How did Matt turn that from a fat joke into praising Bobby's dick? Oh, that was a ball. Oh, that was something completely different. Then I heard something different. My phone went off. There's like, oh, medium's nothing with you. I thought you said dong, not dome. Never mind.
I think that this this thing is like a constantly evolving type of thing. Like I think that the most important medium to keep the brand going is animation, but I don't feel like they've really concentrated on that for 30 years. So I don't know. I think that is what made us all addicts, is that show. Now we don't give a fuck about the shows because they all suck, but we're kind of into the toys and we're into like the higher grade toys. But the problem is that what is that linchpin for the next generation to keep them coming back 30 years later? I'm not sure if we've really seen that. I guess every now and then you see like the one guy that's like, no man, Armada, it begins and the sun rises and sets with Armada for me. But I feel like that's a rarity.
You don't think the younger generation likes the cartoons like Beast Wars? They're coming up, around the 30-year-olds, and then you got, like you said, Armada, all that stuff.
Would you say that it's equal
to G1? No, but that's just because I grew up that way. But they're not going to see it that way. There's Transformer fans that don't even know what G1 is. Sometimes
I just mean numbers. Like, do you feel like you see as many people that are like, man, I don't fuck with anything before Energon?
Correct. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
No,
probably not. No.
Because I feel like people get into it and then they kind of start celebrating all of it. But I feel like the thing that gets you into it is that, I don't know. I was just anybody ever listen to the Joe Rogan podcast? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's a podcast that's like the most downloaded.
Where are our jetpacks? Where are our fucking jetpacks?
Or some such shit. It's like the most downloaded podcast ever. But it's he had this like guy on there, some shrink, and he was saying how with boys they were talking about sex fetishes and how the reason why you never see women that need to touch a big toe to have an orgasm is because women are more pliable. But men, for the most part, what locks in for them from for the rest of their lives in terms of what pushes their buttons, whether it be sexually or non-sexually, happens between the ages of 5 and 9. And that's interesting to me because like most of the things that I love today, I fell in love with between the ages of 5 and 9. And I think that is why the animation is the most important aspect of the franchise, or I shouldn't say animation, but the fiction, whatever medium they choose to present that fiction in, is the most important aspect of the franchise, is because this is a boys' game. Not to say that women aren't welcome and women can't participate and all that. Like, of course they can, of course they are, but it is it's a blue line, right? And that shit locks in between the ages of 5 and 9. So if it's not if it's not something that's that engaging, you're going to miss that audience, and you have a 4-year window gap to do it in.
Well, what do you think if maybe let's say that G1 wasn't the first? I mean, because you're saying that G1 is the animation is because it was the first thing. That's what everybody goes back to. Well, what if like Armada was the first? Do you think it'd be as popular now?
I don't know. It's
or
one of those things.
Energon,
like, it's impossible to say. I think that that era was just it was the first time that we had really seen that kind of marketing drive in toys and product and children's entertainment, and we just happened to be at the right age for it. It's all that shit. He-Man and Thundercats and G.I. Joe. Exactly. It all kind of struck when the iron was hot, and it was just like one of those things, like when the planets align and everything is kind of in its right place to make a huge impact. And I think that is really what it comes down to. Like, you have to capture that age group, and I don't think that they're really capturing that age group now. I think that Beast Wars definitely captured some of that age group, and I think that the rest of the series have captured some, but I don't feel like it's ever been as powerful as it was during that time. That may be because I grew up during that time, but just from the outside looking in, it doesn't feel that way. Like, I remember vividly being in the toy aisle as a kid and being there with other kids looking at toys. And now I'm in the toy aisle either by myself or with one guy I wish wasn't in the toy aisle with me.
Well, we've mentioned that several times because of video games. You got so much other stuff that's geared towards kids. That's geared toward kids. I mean, back then, you had a big explosion and everything, but these were big robots that transformed into cars, trains, whatever. And as a kid, you didn't have video games, all that stuff, everything. So this was our, time, to shine. And the 80s, like I said, to me, is probably the best decade of, cartoons ever. I think that will ever be. And but now, it's so hard to grab some kids' attention from a big, smart, an iPad or a video game or anything. There's just so much newer, all that stuff is so, it's spectacular on its own, because there's some great video games out there. But, with the toys,
they're trying.
They're trying, but it's just not.
Like they're putting
hard.
Those, exactly. That's it. Like they're putting those little things where you scan the robots and it pops up on the app and all that shit. But I don't feel like they've really nailed it just to coin.
Well, and they're cutting corners too. They're cutting big corners. Nowadays with toys. Now, they're just not appealing to kids anymore like that. I don't think so.
Do you think the new video game coming out, Devastation, will draw more kids into a toy line that could possibly spring from that?
I think it's possible, but I think the toy line would have to coincide. That was the thing that was nice about the 80s was everything was in the same lane.
Yeah.
I think it's confusing for a kid now. Like if a kid were to get into that video game and then hit the fucking toy aisle and they see toys that have nothing to do with that video game,
they'll be like, "What the fuck, Mom?
It's going to be like,
where's Devastator at? I don't see a big green."
Well, I mean, I guess they could see Devastator, but I mean, they're also going to see the tons of Robot in Disguise stuff and all that. It's just it doesn't all hit the same way. It's a mess.
It would be like back in the day if there was Transformers, G1 and Beast Wars at the same time, being on your shelf. That's essentially what the movie ends up doing is it splits the product you can put out and develop. As much as the movies have brought big money in, the toys, what have we gone through since even Age of Extinction,
Right.
What do we have right before that? We had Prime, Beast Hunters, and that movie, and then with that movie, Combiner Wars, and now, the new RID, I don't know, it's just, it is a product of the time, I guess,
And they're not putting out, they're not putting out a lot of stuff either. Used to toy aisles where, Walmart, had 25% of their store, dedicated to toys. Now you have maybe 10%, maybe at the most. I mean, it's really slim pickings. I mean, when you go to Walmart, I just walk down one aisle and I'm just like, God, there's nothing here that I want.
I think it's hard to put your finger on the pulse of what kids are interested in because this present generation that's coming up today is not. They're not used to being confined to one thing. They're used to having multiple apps open, switching back and forth, picking up something that interacts with those apps and putting it down, then turning on Netflix. And like every time you turn around, Hasbro shoots himself in the foot about it because they have this thing on the chest of the toy that coincides with some app, but like apparently sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. They have video games that don't correlate to the toy lines. They have toy lines that correlate to the comics, but the comics are aimed at older readers, so that doesn't correlate. They have what is the other bit? They have the live action movies that appeal to a wider fan audience, but usually that fan audience isn't buying toys. And then they have, it's like nothing is like. And then they have the Hub channel, and then that fails. And then they put Transformers on Netflix, which is a smart move. But now they've yanked that off. That every sucks, time.
Honestly, that really pissed me off when they did that.
Your mic level's really low.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No? That really pissed me off when they did that. When they pulled it off, because I would just watch the same episode several times. It was awesome. I loved it. But nothing has since G1. Nothing has done. Optimus has not fucking slam dunked into a human's face ever since.
But you
need some of that.
The Netflix.
What?
My
Remember that episode where he was playing basketball?
Yes, I know.
My 2-year-old can open up an iPad, go to Netflix, and watch Pokemon. Without prompting, she knows what to do. She's figured it out. This is the generation of children that we're talking about.
What's an iPad?
I have a hard time. I have a hard time figuring that out. You know what I mean? So
well, it's not a toy age. It's not a toy age anymore. Kids are not fascinated with toys anymore. I don't think. I mean, they're like I said, the video games and iPads. Music, which music's always been around.
Toys. My house is full of fucking toys.
We talk all the time about how, help the parents in the aisle, or you hear people say help the parents in the aisle around the holiday season to buy the relevant toy for their kid or whatever. And that wasn't a necessity 30 years ago, because 30 years ago it all made sense and it all was pointed at one demographic. Now.
Whoa.
Yeah,
yes, Greg.
That's great volume.
Whatever.
I love you, Greg.
But I
what was you gonna say, Greg?
I'll have to add to that, because now you hear that. I don't know where the fuck you hear that, because now if you see a parent in the aisle, they're automatically a scalper, and they're there to steal your toys. And they're going to buy them all up and put them on eBay. What the fuck you want to tell them what to buy?
Or they get scared. Or they get scared, and that's when a big fat sweaty man comes in and tries to help them. Like, why are you telling me about toys, nasty?
Right. But the thing is that they don't know what they're doing, and they don't know what they're doing because they don't know whether RID has 2 or 3 different lines, and then even generations. If you think about it, the Legends game is one game in and of itself, and then everything else kind of is part of the same thing. So it's confusing.
There's just it's almost too much stuff. I mean, it's I know you guys said the apps and the different things kids are into, and I'm sure that it plays a role in what's going on. But the Ninja Turtles line's been incredibly well sold through a lot of stores. It's done incredibly well, but it's also a much more focused line, and it's also a line that outside of even the 4 Turtles in the most recent stuff have differences in each one of the toys. But a lot of times it's not like Transformers where you get Bumblebee and Stealth Bumblebee and White Bumblebee and Pink Bumblebee and whatever other just to save the buck. But I mean, the problem I guess Transformers has is that there's additional cost in each figure over sculpting a Ninja Turtle type toy.
Yeah, but why do 3 or 4 different scales under the Hasbro brand? Why not just make more characters?
Yeah.
And just stick to one fucking scale.
That I don't understand either. Because back in the 80s, you had your mini bots, which were way easier to transform than anything else, and you had There wasn't a Minibot Bumblebee and then I don't know, what were they called back then, like Deluxes or whatever? Like
I don't think they were called Deluxes. I don't think they were called.
I think they were called Transformers.
Yeah, I think there was something for the regular size ones, but I can't remember.
Oh, really?
But it's not like there was like Citybot Metroplex and then a smaller one and then, Mini Spy Metroplex. Yeah. And
so now, you got Deluxe with Bumblebee, Voyager Bumblebee, Leader Class Bumblebee.
Stupid Punch Bumblebee,
Sucker Punch Bumblebee.
And to that effect, you're right. And I think, like Prime RID, or whatever, the Transformers Prime TV show being an animated show, like, it was better than Beast Wars, but it showcased all the flaws of Beast Wars, which was, you can't sink all this money into the budget to make 3D areas and characters and all that stuff, so you had just the same cast of very few people, with very few people coming and going, whereas, like, G1 was a advertisement for the toys, like, the reason everybody loves Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp is because Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp were in the TV show, not, 4 different colors of Bumblebee. If they made Bumblebee and they made a red version and he was Cliffjumper and a blue one and it was Glyph and they were all in some TV show, betcha people would care about the 3 different colors of Bumblebee,
I agree.
So I'm going to assume, like me, that most of you guys stopped collecting Transformers at some point when you were children. So what got you back into it?
Well, can I add something just real quick? Just because it always irks me when people say this. Yes. When you were a kid, you didn't collect Transformers. You hoarded toys that your parents bought you. And whenever I see that shit, if it's a certain person that I know that goes, I started collecting an Armada. My mom was buying me them. I was 5. You weren't collecting. You were hoarding toys that your parents bought you. You weren't appreciating them. You weren't collecting anything. You were taking them. You were chewing up the guns, losing a missile, and throwing it in a fucking tote, only to find it fucking 10 years later when you're trying to get some money for pot. So let's just.
All right, that was possibly the most concise explanation of
can we
collecting as a
agree
child.
That's the baseline.
I agree with you, Greg.
Yes, I agree too. I agree too.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be negative. That's something that's been weighing on my mind. Never until someone brings it up.
No.
Okay, so what made you start collecting as ever then?
For me, it was the Masterpiece. That's what made me buy Transformers and display them, as opposed to putting them in a bucket. MPO1.
Right.
Truthfully, that was the first time I ever bought a Transformer, and bought a Transformer with the intention of, like, I'm putting this bitch on a shelf to show people.
Yep. Mine was the Hasbro Starscream.
Well, for me, for some reason, I've talked with my wife about this. I've always collected stuff since I was a kid. It was Transformers and toys, and then it went to, basketball cards, football cards, CDs and stuff. So, I quit, normally everybody does around 12 or 13. And then I got back, and I was walking through Walmart, and I saw the old RID line, the 2001. And I thought, oh, I remember that stuff. I used to collect everything. So I just grabbed a couple, and then Armada came out, and it went from there. And I found out about eBay, and it skyrocketed from there. Getting G1s and just getting stuff from my childhood and everything. So that's what got me back into it.
For me, I've said this before, but it was the video game, the Fall of Cybertron video game, re-sparked my interest, and then I started searching out the masterpieces that I hadn't acquired, which was Rhadahmanthus and Grimlock, and I just searched in eBay, masterpiece Transformers, and Hercules was the first thing that came up, and when I found Hercules, then I found third party, and then I fucking fell down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, you realize only Takara makes third party, right? Not Fans Toys or TFT.
Right.
I want to make sure you understand that. Okay.
I do.
Yeah, well, I got Masterpiece Starscream, and that thing sat on my shelf for probably 3 or 4 years before, no, probably longer, until I saw an episode of Transformers Prime. And then I started getting all the Hasbro toys of Transformers Prime, and then started getting into Masterpiece, and then started getting third party, and it went from there.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, whoever. You want to go? I'll go. I just don't want to put you to shame. Okay. All right. You gotta follow me up, but all right. No, I'm just kidding. When Universe and all that shit started coming back out, well, I remember Beast Wars. I was in high school, and I was like, man, this is weird. And I'm like, I kind of want this, and like, I just never bought it because I mean, when you're in high school, you only have enough money for two out of 3 things, and yeah, pot and getting laid. Yeah, exactly. Movies, pizza. Heroin. It depends on what school you went to. Yeah, exactly.
Pay for hand jobs.
What? Oh, y'all didn't do that? Oh, this is me.
That's what the pot and the pizza's for, man. You obviously we're doing it wrong.
I went straight. I skipped that. I went straight to the hand job.
So yeah, you went straight to the hookers. Sold yourself short. It's like you sold them short. So I picked up a couple here and there. And I had some G.I. Joes too. I was getting some of the G.I. Joe anniversary stuff. Like, I mean, what was this? Like 2000, whatever. And I didn't really keep up with it.
Did you ever get the G2s, Greg? Did you ever? Were you
as a kid, G2? When I was a kid, I got a couple. I mean, I wasn't a full-grown. I didn't see G2. You didn't see G2 until you were already a man. I was born into G2.
Okay.
But
that was an old joke.
Yeah, it was a stupid joke. Whatever. So is G2. God damn it! You're making me lose my train of thought. So at the universe,
Sorry.
I get pick up a couple things, but like that universe, you're like, man, this doesn't look anything like insert character here. And like this looks like whatever. Cool, none of it did. It was all fucking Armada and whatever repaints at first, and then they started doing like the proper classics. And I remember getting them, and I have to admit, my foggy nostalgia kicked in. I was like, "Is this Cyclonus? Isn't this the one I had as a kid? Like, isn't this what my G1 Cyclonus?" Or I didn't even know G1 when I saw that. I was like, "Isn't this what my Cyclonus? Did they reissued this? It seems smaller, but okay." And you're like, "Oh yeah, I had this toy." Yeah, I picked up a few, and then once the movie lines were out, like once I moved up here, like I was like, you know what, I'm going to collect something. So I started buying more Transformers again, and that's kind of what got me back into it. I guess the plentiful selection of classics figures, that and New Addiction, which I've told that story enough times already. I'm not telling it again. Yeah, and having like characters that semi looked like what they were supposed to. And then when Masterpix hit, like I got Master Thundercracker was my first, the old school hip skirts and everything, and just from there it just snowballed. I sold all my classics and bought third party Masterpiece, and here I am today.
I ask you a question. Do any of y'all have like any other stuff like do any of y'all have any Armada or any like RID stuff or
The only one I ever had was Unicron. That was the only one I kept proper as an adult, was Unicron, just because he was Unicron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Unicron, and I have the Generation Starscream. That counts.
I don't.
Red Alert, just because he was Red Alert. Woo, 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 woo.
I know Lenny and Bobby don't. Justin, do you have? I know you have animated. Is that the farthest back you go?
No, I've got a little bit of a lot of different things. I had some Beast Wars stuff for a while, but I sold most of that off.
Oh. I got Beast Wars. I have Beast Wars. I like the Beast Wars stuff. It's different. And also, thanks to you, Justin, I have Galaxy Force, Optimus, Convoy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hybrid style.
Even the actual the real release of that toy is pretty good. There's a few things in Energon that aren't bad. Most of the Armada stuff is pretty junky, though.
Do you have G1 stuff, Justin?
Yes.
At all?
Of course.
Oh, you do? Okay. I've never seen your collection. I was curious. I've never really seen all your stuff that you have.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. I think where are we at time-wise, Justin?
Good question. I'm not really sure. Due to the glitch, looks like probably just under 2 hours.
That's some good stuff right there.
I don't get to tell my story. That's okay.
Yeah, tell your story, Robert. Tell your story.
I ain't tell mine either, Robert. It's okay.
And then
That's
Justin.
Okay. No, Justin and I are gonna Skype later. I'll have candlelight.
No. Tell it now, but don't waste any time.
What's my middle name?
He's got to get his wife in there.
That is true. That is true.
I'm doing it now. Okay. Justin, you go first.
So, I got back into collecting, sometime in college. I actually went to somebody's party and they had what looked like die-cast models, like, I don't know, whatever, the scale cars, and I've always been into cars and stuff. And then I found out that they were the Transformers Alternators line, and it just blew my mind that they were once again realistic cars and like to be that scale. So yeah, I dived in there, and then that was it until sometime way after college, because alternators were few and far between, I guess. And then I was like, you know what, that G1 Defensor I always wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and get that because I never had that. So I spent money on that, and then I started learning about like classics and all that stuff, and then the floodgates opened. So. Your turn, Robert.
So what you're saying is the alternators end up being more than meets the eye.
Pretty much.
As far as your collecting habits.
And that possibly was the worst correlation I've ever heard.
Real quick, and this ties into the discussion topic, was what got me back into it was Prime, and I loved the story. I liked it from the beginning, so that got me back into it. I liked the toys. I hadn't touched anything really since G1. So I was really impressed with, I was like, holy shit, fucking ball joints. Who would have thought? It's not broken. Like I thought I broke it. Oh shit, it pops back in. And then when I really started getting back into it seriously I was at Toys R Us, and I'd go on hunts all the time for the Prime toys and stuff. And also the GDO, and that's when that stuff was coming out. And I saw MP11. I didn't think it transformed. I was like, oh, a fucking statue? And I didn't buy it. And they had MP10 too. I was like, what the fuck? They're selling statues? I mean, they look really great. It looks like a cartoon. I didn't buy them. And then when I looked online, I was like, oh my God. And I went back to the store and they're all sold out. And that's my story. Real quick.
What about you, Lenny?
That was good, Robert.
Oh, you told yours, the Star Wars, or no, did Starscream?
Yeah, Starscream. I had a whole bunch of classics. Like I got into the Chug line pretty heavily, but all that's gone. That funded pretty much a few of my collections now. But yeah, and I got the comics drew me back in around the same time as Transformers Prime as well. I went back and got all the Marvel reprints that IDW were doing, and got all of the trades now from IDW up to date almost. Yeah, it was just a whole bunch of things got me back into it. But not the movies, because they're stupid.
When did you start with tattoos?
You can play a Machug when you come over.
When did you start with the Transformer tattoos?
About 5 years ago.
Should we save that for getting to know your podcast?
I think that sounds appropriate.
Sure.
Yeah,
yep.
That'd be awesome, too. That'd be pretty cool.
First one's on his penis.
So questions. If that's okay to go ahead and move on. Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap up for tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up. We're not doing questions.
No, because we're already at 2 hours.
Yeah, that's never stopped us before, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, I honestly don't know.
3 hour show.
What? Yeah, because we posted some of these same questions in the last episode. So all I know is, where do you see Shattercast in 5 years? Like, that's the only question I don't really answered. So, shoutouts. Third Party Unlimited. Speaking of 5 years, Mr. Antoine, who will be making a guest appearance at TFCon. I heard he's got a panel. That's facebook.com/pages/Party Unlimited and a bunch of numbers. At Real Robot, www.plastiquefreak.com. Fear Corps, that is our official Twitter page for Shadowcast Uncut. WK Toys, I Am Ratchet. for your official and third-party and pop vinyl need. I'm Ratchet's actually had some pretty good stuff lately if you're into 80s toys at all. He's had some converters and a bunch of random other shit he found in a dumpster out beside an Arby's. Third-party TF Crashers run by Yule. That's facebook.com/pages/third-party TF Crashers. Bunch of numbers. You'll figure it out. TF Prototype. There's all sorts of fuckery going on over there. Realm of Collectors. Tyler, who's putting together our little videos and not buying a pint glass.
Damn it, Tyler.
So...
or a fucking keychain.
Or a fucking t-shirt. But he's a little kitty cat coffee mug. So I'm not going to even try to attempt to like Oscar. You can find us on YouTube, www.youtube.com/ShattercastUncut, iTunes, Apple, a bunch of whole fuckery. I don't even know how he does that. Instagram, Matt runs that. Matt does a fucking good job. Facebook, Shattercast Uncut, that runs itself. Twitter, we all kind of work on that. I don't even know what the fuck Tumblr is. Blogspot, yeah, I abandoned that shit like a fucking dumpster baby. And gmail.com, shattercastonline@gmail.com. So yeah, buy the shit you want, collect the shit you want, fucking listen to the show. You're good for it. We'll see you at TFCon and buy us a beer. Anybody got anything else?
Shut the fuck up, Chip.